Yeah.
Are you nervous about this game?
Not really nervous. I'm confident.
Are you confident?
This is our time.
You think so?
Yeah. I still remember in 2006.
Yeah.
When we lost it because of the red card. I know.
Hopefully that changes tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is why I've come here for that victory, which I know is surely at hand.
Okay, definitely. Let's go right into it because yes, someone else is also here on the show this evening. Yes, he will be talking to us on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, brother, of course, welcome as well. Tell us your name, please.
Good evening, Lagos.
Please, get close to the mic.
Good evening, Lagos.
It's too much of a gentleman.
My name is Azunobi Emmanuel.
Okay, Emmanuel Azunobi. Yes, he is here on the show this evening.
Yeah. It's amazing right here, Umbrella.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to? Are you pro-Arsenal or anti-Arsenal today?
I'm supporting Arsenal. Actually.
You're supporting them to win today?
I want them to win. They've done, pretty good job in the past few seasons, and here they're about to make history. And let's just hope that history favors them today. Okay,
Emmanuel says he's hoping that it will be a good one for Arsenal today in this game. Now, one man, a lot of people know that, okay, if Arsenal are going in this direction, he goes the other way. Wilson is here as well, and he's going to be talking to us about what he thinks about this game, if the nerves are there, and what are the odds that this could flip in Arsenal's favor. Wilson.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I know you are.
So I have to go the opposite way.
I get it.
But I think it's a 50-50 game, just like
it is.
Yeah, because Arsenal have the defense, they have a little bit of midfield. PSG get the attack, PSG get the coaching
experience.
Yeah. So I think the experience will count a lot. But 50-50 game, in as much as I want Arsenal to lose because of a Chelsea support in me.
Yeah.
So PSG all the way.
Okay, let's see how that goes. And FJ1 is also here. He joins us on the show. He's the only guy who doesn't appear live on the evening belt. He joins us one way or the other. How you doing, gentlemen? Good evening.
Vicky, how are you?
Yes, welcome. How are you today?
What's your high?
Yeah.
Quentin.
I see you. He opened my full baptismal card.
I see you.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
Man, this is FJ1 on the microphone. Vicky.
Yes. You are not on the line today. You're on the microphone.
I'll tell you.
Yes.
I'm happy seeing you people. I'm happy, Vicky.
We're happy too.
Very
We're
long
happy
time.
too.
For today's game, I'm just happy. Let Arsenal win today's game for me, because let everything be balanced in England. Because Chelsea have it, Man City have it, Liverpool have it, Man U have it. Let Arsenal too have it. I'm a Man U fan, but I just want that balance to be balanced, so that
so that we look for new things to use as banter.
Yes, so that make Chelsea they use Arsenal the rough ground. So I don't want everything to be balanced. So that may our goat when they want give us may complete, maybe 2 goat. So that we go take chop 2
goat. Even be 3, depends on how the match turn out.
Thank you very much. But may Sabino carry the head of the goat though, because we need the head. Thank you.
Okay, let's see how that goes as far as this one is concerned. But yes, we'll take a break now so that the guys can, of course, go chill. And yes, we will get started with the game itself right here. Your Champions Down Sports Radio Below FM. You already know that the guys are here and it will be kick off anytime soon. Let's get back to the game.
Jean-Michel Arteta. For PSG, for them at this point is them trying to cement legacy, and with the manager Luis Enrique is looking at this game and is believing that if I can do this Champions League back to back, you would have done something great for yourself as a manager, and also for the players. Also, they are looking to do something good for themselves too. So it's a game that is going to give us a lot of actions. Like some people have started it to be the best defense against the best attack. That has been.
It's kicked off already. Yes, it is kick off already at the Puskás Arena. Yes, let's go there.
Yeah, that has been the selling point of this game so far. Oh, the best defense against the best attack and all of that. Let's see if they can actually put that into play in this game and see what they can actually get for both of themselves as we go into it.
Okay, let's see what that will serve us in this fixture, because of course the very first minute of action already started right there in this game between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, of course, we've talked about the two coaches and how much of an influence they could be in this game and what exactly is cooking right now. Yes, we'll look at all of that and lots more as far as the action is concerned. And yes, we're definitely taking you right into it and bringing you, yes, the game as the action unfolds. Early moments in the game, of course, we've talked about the PSG, how they try to pick the pockets of teams, how they try to take early advantage of situations and just put themselves in front. And then once they put you in a position where you are chasing the game, you already know that it becomes really, really difficult for you to get yourself back into it. How important it is for Arsenal not to concede an early goal in this game.
Very important. But for Arsenal also, I mean, you are going to allude to the fact that defensively they are not reckless. So I think that's something that's going to count for them in this game.
No penalty considered in the Premier League, no red card considered in the Premier League this last season.
That's a clear sign of like
discipline in the back line.
Like a song that like an album that said no sign of weakness defensively. You can't see it there. So I'm sure that for them defensively they understand. I'm sure for the past 2 weeks they've sat down to understudy and also to watch the way PSG is going to come at them in this game, and they also understand that, like you said, they know how to pick pockets early enough in the game. Sometimes get the early goal and then stretch you out and see whatever they can get from it. But for Arsenal at this point, what they have to do is simple. Keep it tight defensively, and whatever you can do going forward, you can get goals for yourself. But I don't think Arsenal are reckless enough. Goals can happen at any point. I mean, that's not me saying Arsenal are never going to concede. I'm just saying that defensively, I think that they are rock solid.
Okay, let's see how that plays out as far as this one is concerned. Action continues. We're getting into the third minute of this game. Now, something we saw about this PSG side where the goalkeeper was launching goal kicks out of play for throwing to restart. He's only done one so far in this game, and it was exactly from the books of how they played against Bayern Munich. Could that be something they are trying to do so that the pressure goes to the Saka part, and then that way we don't see him having a good game against Nuno Mendes? Because, of course, if you're playing from that part, it means that if the throne is going to restart from there, the pressure of the PSG guys will come to that line, and then you don't want to throw the ball to a player who will be under pressure to release the ball as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that is certain is that with Nuno Mendes going forward, he offers the PSG side a lot, and so you don't want to leave him to the whims and caprices of Bukayo Saka and just let him be like that. If you don't find a way to put a bit of pressure on Bukayo Saka himself, if you give him the ability, give him the opportunity to fly and go wide, then you're going to have a lot of problems with him. So I think that's one of the reasons why that technique or that style that they've been using is something, like you said, against Bayern Munich was very prominent, and against Arsenal also they've tried it once already, and that's something that they're probably going to look at how effective it has been in this game at some point. I also understand that the manager on the bench, which is Luis Enrique, understands the game better to understand that you have to watch some of these things and see how effective they are. If it's not working, then you have to try something else to make it work. But for Nuno Mendes, like I said, you don't want to leave him alone with Bukayo Saka. You want to find a way to keep Bukayo Saka at bay, because I mean, Bukayo Saka has the pace, has the energy. He cuts in. One thing about Bukayo Saka is that you can most likely know what he wants to do. The question is, can you stop that thing that he wants to do? Okay. And I think that's one thing that PSG would have to do in this game.
Okay, let's see how that goes, of course, if that will happen. But I can tell you that 5 minutes, 5 minutes already in this fixture. And yes, of course, action as it continues right there at the Puskás Arena. It is a goalless affair with Fabian Ruiz, of course, being called there after a push from behind on Bukayo Saka, which, of course, has given the Gunners a foul in the game. Okay, yes, number 7 against number 8, and it's a bit of a tussle right there. And I can tell you that the referee has called that into a question and is giving the ball to the Arsenal guys as they hope to build the setup once again and restart play, restart possession, and I hope to continue the play right there. I can tell you definitely, of course, the referee in this game, Siebe, I beg your pardon, yes, is the man. Yes, Siebet is the man.
Ooh!
It's an early lead for Arsenal. Arsenal have taken the lead against Paris Saint-Germain. 1-0. They are in front. Talking about the Gunners, and it is Kai Havertz who's put them in front in the game. They got a bit of the start from the back and then built, and then it was launched forward by Nkapie. And before you know it, Havertz and the other guys closing it down, doing the best they could, and they are in front already. A shock start for Arsenal.
Well. I mean, I thought that was side netting for me. I didn't even see it well, but I mean, that was a good run from Kai Havertz. I think he's also giving a lot of reasons to say, okay, this is why I'm starting this game today. That was something that some other person probably would have missed that one, or the goalkeeper must have been bigger than him and find a way to defend that one.
The high line was the problem in this case.
Yeah, it was, and then Kai Havertz found a way to beat that one. There was nothing the goalkeeper was going to do to that ball. He headed in the back of the net, and the Gunners are ahead in Budapest.
Arsenal are ahead in Budapest after the first 6 minutes of this fixture. It is Kai Havertz, yes, the German, who has put them in front. It is the second time he's scoring in the Champions League final. Yes, of course, he was the one who scored in 2021 when City won the Champions League, when Chelsea won the Champions League final against Manchester City. And yes, of course, that man is right there, and he has already put Arsenal in front as far as this game is concerned. Now Arsenal will invite the pressure of this PSG side. Again, how they are able to use the ball to stem the tide and probably look for ways they can pick their pockets, because the PSG guys will be committing a lot of men forward, could be one thing that gives them the advantage in this game. I know that one goal is not such a large margin as far as this one is concerned, but you really need to look at what you can do, because the opponent is expected to react one way or the other.
Yeah.
How you are able to respond is going to be another thing as far as this one is concerned.
Absolutely. One thing I would say for Arsenal is that this is not a game where you want to, at this point of the game, this is not where you want to sit deep.
Yeah, too early. Definitely.
Yeah, it's too early for you to start sitting deep. This is the point where you want to, in as much as you are leading already, you also want to gain possession, hold on to the ball and see what you can do with it. You don't want to be you don't want to be seen as the team that is defending already from the first 45 of the game when it's not even 20 minutes yet in the game. You know, so, and that's what I would say Arsenal should do in this one. Play the game, play your normal. I mean, I wouldn't say play like you've not scored, but that should be the agenda at this point. Play like you've not gotten a goal yet. Play with the same guy that you've been playing with that got you the first goal. For PSG, I think that PSG, like we said already, PSG will do what PSG would do, which is commit forward, and then you can also find a way to pick those spaces that are going to leave defensively, and that's how you can actually get something for yourself. Also, probably get the second goal, and then you call it a day.
Okay, let's see how that goes, because the Paris Saint-Germain guys are doing all that they can to keep themselves in the game as much as possible. But I can tell you for certain, it is 9 minutes of play, and Arsenal lead by 1-0. Achraf Hakimi, of course, just getting back into the side and doing his best to make sure that he doesn't leave too much of the chance to Leandro Trossard. We talked about this ahead of the game to say that the pace of Achraf Hakimi could be a bit disturbing for Leandro Trossard, but again, what he offers technically when he holds the ball and the option. The ball was played by Marquinhos off the body of Leandro Trossard, and that was how Kai Havertz found it in possession and was able to run free to get that one. So yes, as it stands right now, first 10 minutes of the action seen already, and it is 1-0 by Arsenal in this game against Paris Saint-Germain. Definitely. Let's go straight into it and let you know that PSG, yes, they had a foul after Bukayo Saka, of course, brought down Ousmane Dembele, and that foul was given. PSG has since resumed play, and yes, their quick attack in terms of the guys who are moving the ball for them and doing all the hard work. Of course, what they are able to do in those situations today will count for this game as much as possible. We're talking about how quickly they tend to release the ball. They have technicians who can, even under pressure, keep possession of the ball, and that could be one of the sticking points in this game today, where you think that as long as they can raise the ball high up the pitch to the Arsenal half of it, they still have a chance in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've just in 10 minutes of the game, so we still have another 80 minutes of football for them to play in this game before we can conclude on anything at all, and probably we might even see an extra time or even a penalty, depending on depending on how the 90 minutes end. But in terms of the way PSG play, and also in terms of the player that they have, technical player that they have, absolutely, these guys understand how to use little spaces around them, to move the ball around, and I think that has been one of their greatest assets as a team. Even when it seems that they are out of ideas, they would always find a way to get the ball to your half and get to your goal post, and whatever happens at that point then happens. But that you are going to get them stuck in their own half without them playing anything, that's not going to happen. They are going to always find a way to push the ball forward, and I think that's one thing that is going to help them in this game as it stands right now, where they are actually losing.
Okay, let's see how that goes, because of course the action continues, and the PSG guys almost got a gift of a chance to level, but it took the big foot of Gabriel to clear that to safety, and that has given PSG the first corner of this game. Yes, the first corner of this game, which has been quickly taken, but it goes out of play as yes, their clever combination of passes there could not put it behind the line. But yes, it was a clever one, because Fabian Ruiz was running in late to the back post, and that of course was where it ended in this case. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, action in the UEFA Champions League. We're in the 12th minute of the game, and yes, PSG, you can trust them to come all out like this and do all the attack, where they can run at you as best as possible and make sure they commit their guys forward, especially their forward players, where of course they can commit all of those guys forward and create problems for you in this game. So yes, so far is what we have seen as far as this one is concerned. Also keep the comments coming in, of course, on WhatsApp. Yes, we'll take all of them and bring you, yes, more action as it continues right here. But 13 minutes of play, it is PSG 0, Arsenal 1. Yes, UEFA Champions League action, and of course both teams looking for a way. Arsenal probably trying to double their lead, PSG trying to claw their way back into this game, and let's see which way it goes, because of course there will be situations where the fast defenders will be played, fast attackers of course will be played through, and we'll hope to see what will happen. Again, Fabian Ruiz being that man to run in behind the line. Just when you thought the Arsenal guys would be too focused on the Dembeles and the Kivicas, it's the second time he's attempting that. First he went for the corner at the back post, and this time around he's gone for running in behind the Arsenal defense line to cross that into play. There was nobody to help it to safety, and then he goes out for a goal kick for Arsenal. But they are pretty much showing the signs that the danger could come from anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, any of these guys can get goals for the PSG side. Either Nuno Mendes, either Marquinhos. These guys can actually, they are very resourceful like that. For Fabian Ruiz, who was absent in their, I think he came on in the second leg against Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't
play was having a torrid time.
Yeah, he didn't play the first leg of that game. I think he was injured, and then the second leg he played that one, and came in, put his own shift, and at the end of the day they're in the final already, and the final is currently going down. So Arsenal defenders have to be careful. They have to watch these guys to see how they can keep them at bay and not slip off on them, because defensively these guys are very attacking wise, these guys are very smart enough to see what they can actually do when it comes to attacking wise.
Okay, let's see how that goes and what could change as far as this one is concerned. And yes, this coverage is powered by the chairman, and yes, of course, bringing you the action as it continues right here. Let's let you know that it is 1-0 after 15 minutes. Yes, after 15 minutes of this game decided already. And the first half of the game is made of 45 minutes. So yes, if you have 15 minutes in this game, it means that first 15 minutes of the game is gone already, and that I can tell you for certain as far as this one is concerned. Yes, we'll be taking you closer to the action, and yes, I can tell you yes that it is going down, and let's of course take more of the contributions that are coming in on the show. Yes, keep the calls coming in, and let's take your thoughts in the game. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good
evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name?
Okay.
Go on.
Yes, I was just saying, Arsenal is going to win this championship.
Okay.
I already started them off right from the beginning. Arsenal is going to take this new record in championship. That's my word. Arsenal will come through. Yes, we know that yes, we have touched the nation of the cross. Also that, as my respect, I thank God that they escaped already.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for that one on the show this evening. We talked about PSG and how sometimes they tend to apply the pressure. Yes, of course, we're also live on YouTube. Yes, you can follow the action right there on Brilla Media on YouTube. Yes, you can follow the action and be a part of it. PSG so far in this game, they've had 2 corners already. From these guys, they are not good at set piece. They are not good at set piece. Now they find a way to force you to concede set piece, and that of course is fast becoming an attribute of their play that they are definitely taking advantage of, and we are not seeing what other guys are doing. But yes, so far in the game, 17 minutes, PSG nil, Arsenal 1, and yes, I can tell you for certain that it is the game right there, and yes, action. Looks like he came off Saka's arm in that situation right there.
Yes, he did actually.
And
in fact, it's both arms, it's both hands. He hit the ball, but I don't know the reason why that wasn't checked. But the referee saw it because it wasn't clear.
Tried playing it with his leg, and then he came off his arm.
Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
Maybe that's why. I'm
maybe
not sure.
I think that's why too. I don't know if
the intention was not to use his arm.
Yeah, the intention was to hit his. I think the ball. We wanted to play the ball, then the ball came to hit his hand, and then he had to play that way. But
okay. All right, 18 minutes on the clock, and yes, I can tell you for certain that soon, of course, we would find out what the fans think, of course, what we building and counting down to, of course, a fans engagement where with 10 minutes to halftime, we will take your thoughts on what you think the scoreline will be as far as this fixture is concerned. So yes, we'll look at all of that and bring it to you on the show this evening. It is the Champions League final, and yes, how soon before the likes of Kivicha begin to come into life as far as this game is concerned? We've talked about how it is important not to chase the game, let PSG be ahead, but yes, there are guys, how soon before they begin to come to life in this game?
Well, I think that for PSG and for these guys, I don't think that they have. It's a different ballgame entirely, especially because they are playing against Arsenal, and it's also the final too. In these games are games where you can actually have psychological block, and it's not because it's not that you're a bad player. Okay, you are not just going to have a good day. So I don't want to put a time limit or a time cap on when I think they should, when they should come to life, or when they should, be able to give more to the team. But I mean, right from the kicks, from the kickoff, you should be giving everything. You should be giving everything to the game. So I don't think it's a function of you having to wait till when it's diamond minutes, or when it is looking like the option is almost gone, and then you then want to come to life. So for the likes of Kivicha, I mean, in the Champions League, it's been instrumental for them. Let's be sincere. In games like this, in final like this, you want to you want to not pay a lot of attention to them, because, like I said, in a game like this, there could be psychological block where you just don't come to the party, and there's really nothing that can be done about it. In fact, I won't be surprised if the most unlikely person get goals for PSG in this game, because defensively, I think that Arsenal already have eyes on the likes of Kivicha, Kvaratskhelia, Desirido. I saw Desirido not too long. 2 men were on him.
Yeah, Saka and Mosquera.
So 2 men were in. So I don't think that these guys probably have a good game against the defensive side like Arsenal. One thing they have to do is that once they get their little chances, the chance they're going to get in this game, they have to be clinical about it.
Okay.
Against Arsenal, you don't get so many chances.
Okay, let's see how that goes. 20 minutes on the clock already, and it is PSG 0, Arsenal 1. Yes, the Champions League final, and I can tell you for certain that is what this is about as far as this game is concerned. And yes, already going down right now as we speak, with 20 minutes of it decided already. Yes, Daniel Siebert is the man in charge of this game. Yes, the referee, he is German. And yes, of course, that's what I can tell you about him. Yes, we'll look at the other stats about the referee and what he brings into a game of this nature. But yes, we talked about how it was important for the Arsenal guys to ensure they play in a way that they outnumber the PSG guys. The PSG maintaining a high line of play have heaped a lot of the numbers into the Arsenal midfield, forcing them to have more men available. And yes, when you have overloads like that, you could be causing problems for the opponent.
Yeah, you could. When you look at the way the PSG team set up in terms of the high line and how they have a lot of bodies going forward, and then you have the Arsenal side who are trying to not come out of their shell fully. I mean, they've gotten a goal already, so you would expect that they would try to contain PSG and see what PSG is trying to throw at them. And if you look at it as it stands right now, Arsenal have all of the men behind the ball. They don't even have anybody high up the pitch. That's because of how they want to set up against a side like PSG. And like I said earlier when we were starting the show, I said something that it's been started to say, or this game has started to be called the best defense against the best attack. One thing that is funny about it is that the best defense also can get goals. The problem is that can they defend good against the little attack that the best defense is going to throw at them? And I think that is where things are going to shake up in this game. So when you look at the way Arsenal play defensively and also in the midfield, when they don't have the ball, they are behind the ball. But when they get the ball, you see them have a little number up front, and that's because they're trying to be careful, not to lose guard, like we call it, and be able to defend against a side like PSG whenever they want to throw the counter attack at them. And for PSG, for Arsenal, Ireland is not their thing. They don't dabble into it.
They try to be as compact as possible.
Try to be as compact, very straightforward, simple. I mean, they're not very adventurous. They know what they're doing, and I think that's one thing that has worked for them so far.
Okay, let's see how that goes as far as this one is concerned, and if it is going to work for the remaining part of this game. Arsenal lead 1-0. It is the final of the UEFA Champions League, and I can tell you that it is Arsenal who are in front already in this fixture, of course, between these two sides. The champions of England and the champions of the French League 1. Yes, which way will it go? Yes, we just about to find out with only 23 minutes gone in the game. We've gone we've gone halfway of the first half in this game right now, and I can tell you that it is the Gunners who are leading by 1-0. Now, most of the game has been played in the middle, and then the PSG side trying to bring the pressure to the Arsenal backline, committing a lot of men forward. Arsenal just biding their time, hoping that maybe there can be an opening where they take advantage. Of course, they go for a cooling break because it's really hot out there. And yes, it's really hot out there, and that is what I can tell you about this game. But yes, a cooling break in the 24th minute of the action right there. And so, if these guys are doing that, one might be suspecting that this is going to be a long night if this is how Arsenal will set up for the remaining part of this game. How important is it for you to say that there's still a lot to be played for, and it is too early for the Arsenal guys to be looking at protecting the back line? Maybe they're only doing that because they don't have possession of the ball.
Yeah. So the thing is that I think that for PSG, one of their greatest mistakes in this game will be letting Arsenal score first in this game. I can assure you that if there's one thing that I know can defend this one goal to the end of this match is Arsenal, and they can do it effectively. You are going to pile pressure on them, fine, no problem. You do all of that, but they can hold their own. They most likely will hold their own against you. And so when you look at the way the way they've played so far in this game, and like you asked, it promises to be a long night, even for PSG themselves. It's a game where it's not Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are not a very defensive side. Bayern Munich came out against them, was end-to-end stuff in the first leg. The second leg, a bit more conservative and all of that. So it's not a game where you are feeling like, oh, after Arsenal have got to the first goal, Arsenal are going to come. They're still going to keep. After Arsenal got the first goal, they barely played anything else.
Yeah.
After that first goal, it was done. It looked like the game were already. It looked like we're in the 70 minutes, and Arsenal just wanted to see out the game. And so that is why it's going to be a long night for them. It's even for Arsenal themselves too, because that means that they would have to rebuff and defend against everything that PSG is going to throw at them. I mean, is that me saying that PSG aren't going to get a goal in this game? I mean, I don't see the future. I don't know. I didn't even know that Arsenal were going to get an early goal in this game. So it's an opportunity for PSG to find a way to drag them out. That's the only solution. You have to find a way to drag them out. For PSG, I don't think they have a lot of guys who can take the outside shot like that. I think the only person who probably can be able to do that is probably the likes of Desiree Doe and
Kivicha,
Dembele. Those guys can actually try, but in most cases, the guys who get those chances to play those outside shots are guys who are your midfielders. The likes of Fabian Ruiz, the likes of the likes of Fabian Ruiz and co are the guys who get that opportunity. And I think I saw Florentino Perez in that stadium.
Yeah, of course, he's right there. If your club has won it 15 times, you have a right to be there. But of course, Arsenal got an attack into the Paris Saint-Germain box. Bukayo Saka's cross was unable to find Kai Havertz, but it looks like Kai Havertz's boot came off. Okay, Marquinhos' knee came off the head of their goalkeeper, Sofanov. And Sofanov is currently down. He will need a bit of some attention right there. But that was also another chance orchestrated solely by Miles Lewis Kelly, who dragged like 3 players with himself and was able to lay that pass for Odegaard, from Odegaard to Saka, and that cross into the box. Again, you look at the situation like that and how things looked in that particular moment. It probably would have been a moment to double the lead and then make it a higher mountain for PSG to climb.
Absolutely. I think that was there.
Because when Saka had the ball, to cut in, it was only Mendes closing him down.
Yeah.
There used to be 2 guys.
Yeah.
And because Kelly had drawn those other ones away.
He had only Nuno Mendes.
Yes.
Honestly, like I said, the problem is not the attack of PSG. The problem is what they can actually do defensively also. For us now, they've seen that defensively, PSG can be vulnerable, and not just vulnerable because of the style they've adopted to play in this game. You can exploit the spaces that you have. It took only Miles Lewis Kelly to drag out 3 players with him, and then you had just one man staying with Bukayo Saka. I mean, if Bukayo Saka tried to be audacious in that one, probably take on Nuno Mendes, he would have had more space to even do more with the ball. He probably even would have put a cross. He probably would have been able to cut back and just take one of those shots that he takes, and who knows, that might just end at the back of the net. So it's a situation for them that they have to watch out from. You cannot afford to sit deep, and you cannot afford to play too high and then you sleep defensively and Arsenal pick into those spaces, because Arsenal can actually do that. They have fast player. Trossard is fast. Trossard against an Hakimi might not be the fastest.
Yeah.
But if
maybe
you give him,
it was a Martinelli.
Yeah. But if you give him those space, I can assure you that he can take it. Bukayo Saka against Nuno Mendes. I don't know if Mendes is faster than him, but I'm sure that if you put them on that race battle, I'm sure that Bukayo Saka will hold his own against him. So you have to be careful not to let those opportunities, give Arsenal those opportunities to run in behind your defense, and then you have Kai Havertz, who, like we said, or like we know, against a Man City side in the final 3 or 4 years ago, it was the man who got the only goal for them in that game, and the rest they say is history. He probably might be making another history with Arsenal today. This probably might be the only goal in this competition, in this final today, and that will be it for them. So, PSG just have to be careful, because the mountain is high already. If you consider that goal, you make it higher. I know if there's one team that you can trust, to always do a comeback, get goals and
teams like this,
PSG can do it, but you don't want to test that in the final.
Someone also mentioned that they've never had to play a team like Arsenal in this competition. That's another factor.
I think I've said that severally already in this game, in this coverage, that is the problem. They've not had to play a team like Arsenal. Arsenal, like I said, defensively they are not careless. They are not going to give you the opportunity. If you score, Arsenal is out of sheer work. You worked hard for that goal. It wasn't, mistakes can happen. That's one thing about football. Mistakes can happen, but you rarely see them commit those unnecessary mistakes especially in a game of this magnitude, a game of this importance. They're not going to do that to you.
Okay, the goalkeeper is back on his feet and the play has continued. Yes, in that game between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. And I can tell you now, it is 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes of the game right now. And it is PSG 0, Arsenal 1. Yes, Kai Havertz's goal in the 6th minute of this game has been the difference so far as this one is concerned. And the PSG guys are looking for everything possible that they can do to at least break the Arsenal guys in this situation and try to claw their way back into the game. But yes, that's what we have right now as far as this one is concerned. There's a PSG man down in the Arsenal box. Yes, Nuno Mendes is down in the Arsenal box. I'm not sure. There was a coming together between himself and Gabriel. And I think Gabriel won the header. And then he fell. Gabriel fell on top of him. I'm not sure what exactly happened afterwards. But I can tell you certainly that action is on. And it's PSG against Arsenal right there. 31 minutes on the clock. It is a goalless affair. Nuno Mendes is in some discomfort right there. Yes, he is in some serious discomfort. He's still on the turf. The ball will have to be put out of play for the referee to have a word with the player. Who knows? Raya is offering some help, but who knows? They might have to, of course, look at a VAR or playback of the situation right there if anything happened. There was a coming together between himself and Gabriel.
I don't think.
Was his ankle affected in the process? And then you see clips of a cheap dive there by Desiree trying to con the referee. I feel that's not a good one.
Yeah, not a good one. I don't think the referee even paid attention to it at all. So the game will continue. Nuno Mendes is up already. I think.
He's a guy who can enjoy lots of things.
I think he just wanted them to. Stop the game. Just let me go rest more.
He was lucky his team had the ball. I mean, if it was the opponents, they probably would be having a go at you and then see what you would do defensively. But of course, I can tell you that action continues. It is 32 minutes, and yes, we're beginning to see the PSG guys test the Arsenal backline also. Raya, of course, running out of the 18-yard box there to offer something to the attack. Played it out for a throw, but PSG definitely doing all that they can to still maintain possession. Haven't taken the throw in real quick. But 33 minutes on the clock. It is PSG 0, Arsenal 1. UEFA Champions League action. And yes, I can tell you that it is what it is right now. All of it housed in the Arsenal half of things. And let's see if that changes anything. Because the PSG guys, yes, they are overloading that half. Yes, there are situations where you suspect that they might leave themselves, exposed to counter-attacking situations. But yes, maybe they want to take the higher risk, which will guarantee them scoring a goal first before they think of the other risk of, okay, we might get exposed, and if we don't get exposed, maybe we might score if we don't get exposed. But if we get exposed, we might have a game to chase, and that could be a much more difficult one for us in this fixture. 09041,089, 09044,089. 34 minutes on the clock in that game. I can tell you, yes, it is 1-0. Kai Havertz's goal separates the two sides as far as this one is concerned. Again, you look at this game and you look at Arsenal not being able to keep the ball. That has been a bit of a problem for them. If you are not keeping the ball, how are you going to respond to what a side like PSG are throwing at you?
Well,
because the pressure will keep coming to the back line.
Well, I think the reason why they are not keeping the ball is I think it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, PSG are a very possessive side.
Yeah.
And not just because of that alone, because they are chasing the game, they are going to be ultra possessive. And I think that's one thing that's happening in this game.
Yeah.
I also don't think that it's the right approach for Arsenal too. I think Arsenal also they've intentionally sat deep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's also one of the reasons why this is happening to them. I can understand that you've gotten a goal and then
inability to string the passes together, of course, and that's how you get yourself out of such tight positions. But if you're not stringing the passes together, then it will be hard for you to do anything about it.
See, the truth is that because of the way PSG play, because of the way PSG play, you would think that Arsenal were going to find a way, to contain them and all of that. So the truth is that with PSG and Arsenal, for Arsenal are looking at the game and they believe that we've gotten a goal already. So I mean, let's protect this, and then we can actually break them on the counter. Arsenal are looking at the counter attack. Okay. At this point of the game, that is the whole philosophy of how they want to play. But for PSG, that is not their own approach, because they have to be. They are in a position where they are chasing the game.
Yeah.
So they don't have the luxury of sitting deep like Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal have the luxury of doing that for now.
Okay, let's get back into it. Of course, we'll be taking your calls at this point in time. Of course, your predictions on what you think the score will be at halftime. Yes, what you think the score will be at halftime. It's currently 1-0, 35 minutes on the clock. You think PSG will come back into this game, or you think Arsenal would, of course, go on to extend the lead before halftime? 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, the numbers to call to be a part of the show this evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. 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 Okay, try to reach us. Of course, we'll be taking your calls to take your predictions as far as this one is concerned. And yes, your name and straight to the point, telling us your prediction in this situation. Hello.
Hello. You too. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, my name is Peter. I call from Ijabode.
Peter, you said?
Yes, Peter.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, Peter.
The game is to end like this. Arsenal 1, PSG 0.
Okay, at halftime or full time?
Halftime.
Okay, 1-0. He says it will end at a halftime in this fixture. Okay, yes, of course. Let's take more of it on the show. Thank you, Peter. And let's go for more of them as we take more contributions. Yes, it is 37 minutes on the clock, and it is 1-0. The Gunners lead. I can tell you that they had a set-piece situation, which Declan Rice, of course, crossed it into the box. It wasn't a corner. It was Bukayo Saka who was brought down by Mendes. And, yes, they went for it, got a cross, but Gabriel headed the ball, but he came off the head of Kai Havertz for it to stay that way in the game. So, yes, it is still 1-0 as action continues right there. Definitely all to play for as far as this one is concerned. Yes, 37 minutes. It is Arsenal who lead 1-0 in this fixture against Paris Saint-Germain, the final of the UEFA Champions League. And yes, it is definitely all to play for in this game. PSG, yes, getting in the groove as far as this one is concerned. How important is it for them to at least get a goal in this game? We will find out, but let's take some calls and take your predictions. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
My name is Tony Efusa.
Let's hear you. Okay.
For me, I tell you earlier, 1-0-2-0 correct score for this match. I still repeat it. 1-0-2-0 correct score. This first half we go ahead like this. Second half, Arsenal go pull more one again, go be 2-0.
But stick with the score, please. Is it 1-0 or 2-0? Stay one. It has to be 1-0 or 2-0.
Yeah, this first half, now 1-0 this game.
Okay.
Second half, Arsenal go still pull one more goal. It go be 2-0.
Okay.
If they no pull, it go be 1-0. So now we say
Okay. Thank you. He says for this halftime, it will be 1-0 with Arsenal. Yes, leading into halftime. Let's take your thoughts. Yes, hello. Hello. What's your name? First half, Arsenal winning 2-0. What's your name?
Yes, Arsenal is winning 2-0.
Tell us your name.
My name is Adeyinka, calling from Ikate.
Adeyinka, thank you. Yes, he said 2-0 for Arsenal in the first half. They have about 6 minutes to probably salvage that and make it come through for Adeyinka, who's predicting that at halftime Arsenal will be leading by 2-0. Okay, let's see how that pans out in this situation. Yes, between the two sides, as yes, they are going all the way for it. Someone talked about how much of a satanic approach Arteta was going to bring into this. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Mohammed. I'm calling from Muslim.
Say your name again. Your name, please.
Yeah, my prediction is 1-0 halftime.
Tell us your name. I didn't get your name, please. Mohammed, okay. Mohammed. Okay, he says at halftime it will be 1-0.
Yes, then full time 3-0.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that one. He said halftime it will be 1-0. Of course, as far as this one is concerned, but it looks like there is a bit of chance that this game could get a bit physical now. Ashraf Hakimi having a hand across Kai Havertz and bringing the brother down when Havertz went for the ball. But yes, it doesn't count. We'll take more of your calls. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, it's Pastor Austin calling back.
Austin, welcome.
Yeah, said I'm going to ask when I was going to carry the 1-0 or 2-0 draw, but I'm standing on 2-0 now.
At half-time or full-time? We are talking only half-time at this point. Only half-time.
No, full-time. 2-0 full-time.
But at half-time, what would the result be?
Yeah, 1-0.
Okay, okay.
1-0 half-time.
Okay, we are just dealing with this half, okay? Yes, it is the fans' corner. And he says at half-time, yeah, his name Samuel. Yes, Samuel was the caller who, of course, just told us that it will be half-time 1-0. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. This is Tosin from Ogun State.
Tosin, welcome.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
The scoreline is 1-0 at half-time.
1-0 at half-time.
Yes.
Okay, Tosin from Ogun State says that it will be 1-0 at halftime in this fixture between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, of course, that's what it is right now. 42 minutes on the clock. Yes, 42 minutes on the clock. And the Gunners, they still lead by 1-0 as far as this one is concerned. Yes, we will take more calls because at halftime we'll be done taking calls. Hello. Hello.
Good evening to you.
Yes, good evening.
This half-time after 1-0.
What's your name?
Onyeka, I'm calling from Onisha.
Onyeka, thank you. Onyeka, thank you. He says this halftime it will be Arsenal 1-0. And yes, we are done taking your predictions. We are done taking your predictions at this point in time. Yes, we are done taking your predictions. Yes, at this point in time. Okay, because yes, we're not getting anything different. Everyone is saying the same thing. So yes, we do not want to risk your chances of winning something. Okay, so that we don't have to run it through a raffle and then be trying to look for who won what, who didn't win what. But yes, PSG definitely have their tails up, hoping that they can get something out of this game. I know that it's not reached that point where you say they are started to get, they're beginning to get frustrated as far as this game is concerned. But what would a goal do for them at this point in time?
Well, I think the game will. I think a goal will open up this game. I think Arsenal are going to, come to life also. If PSG get a goal, for PSG, I think they've done everything very easy. They've from the fifth. Arsenal got the first goal in the 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Since that 60 minutes, they've been on the front foot. That's what they've been doing so far, trying so hard to get in control of the game, and they've done that successfully. The only thing is that Arsenal have not given them the opportunity to create a lot of chances. What they've done in this, what they've had in this game is a lot of possession without chances created. If you go and check the chance created, I don't think from 6 minutes into this time, I don't think they've had more than when it comes to shot on target. I can't remember a very clear opportunity of a goal for them in this game, especially because of the fact that they've had possession for the most part of the game. So I think Arsenal have been able to do something for them do something for themselves in this game, which is rebuff everything that is going to come from PSG to them. If PSG get a goal, I think it brings the game to life. I think the game comes to life. I think we're going to have a more entertaining game if PSG get a goal, and I won't be surprised if both teams begin to go at each other back to back in terms of the attack. One thing I know is that Arsenal can actually attack. That's the thing.
Okay.
The problem is not that Arsenal don't have players who can attack. The problem is the philosophy.
They just want to be careless about it.
They don't want to be careless about it. They don't want to go forward for just going forward sake. They need, when they are going forward, they need it, to be some sort of, very, very
orchestrated
plan play,
organized.
So, and I think that's why they've had to be defensive so far in this game.
Okay, let's see, of course, what is going to happen. Of course, the action continues. First 45 minutes of the game between PSG and Arsenal, the final of the UEFA Champions League. I can tell you it is now 45 minutes on the clock. Yes, 45 minutes on the clock. And just anything is what the PSG guys are trying to throw into this game now to give themselves at least a chance. And maybe as soon as that happens, we would see them trying to get themselves in. Couldn't do that for the Arsenal 20 years ago. Thierry Henry, yes, it looks like he's even under more pressure than the players themselves.
I mean, I see him looking. I mean, I saw Arsene Wenger also. Arsene Wenger is sitting top, like he's not even relaxing. He's sitting like, what is happening here?
After 22 years, it won't leave you.
I mean, this man wants to
leave you. Yeah, it won't leave you. You just feel that you are always a part of it, and you always want to be there to make it count where it matters.
Exactly. Looking at the years that he spent at the club.
22. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 22 years is a long time for you to coach a team and not be
emotionally connected to them. Yeah. Okay. Yes, 6 minutes added to the first 45. Remember, there was a cooling break, and then the goalkeeper was treated on the pitch. All of this and lots more is what we've seen so far as this one is concerned. 6 minutes of time added on. Cooling break was like 2 minutes. The goalkeeper's case was almost another 2 minutes or thereabout, if not more. And of course, all these and more is what we've seen so far in this game. Champions League action, where the first 45 already, but Arsenal lead by 1-0 with, of course, time added on. All of that adventurous risk by the goalkeeper, Safanov. Was that necessary?
That was not actually.
Maybe just to keep the team pushing.
I get
you are putting in your shift as well.
That's the way you want to do. Not do but I mean,
bounce for your back like this.
But I also agree that I also think that he knew how safe it was at that point.
Okay.
He didn't have a lot of Arsenal players were not
closing him down.
So I think he had that space.
He had his defenders there
to do that. So maybe that's why, because Marquinhos was actually going for the ball before Sofano then came out, to get that ball. So I think that's why.
Okay, of course, all that we have seen as far as this one is concerned, it is action. The PSG guys getting in the Arsenal box as much as possible. At this point in time, it looks like they're just looking for contact in the box.
What I was going to say next was, I think they're looking for a penalty. I think Arsenal has to be careful. They have to be careful. There's a reason why they are getting into those boxes, and
they have players who can dribble, and the slightest of touches could
bring
that
them
in
down,
their favor.
And that would be a penalty. So I think that's what they're trying to do so far.
Okay, let's see what they are trying to do in this situation. But yes, Desiredu gets a chance, but he botched it over the heels and far away as we approach the 4th minute of the 6 added on in this game. Yes, I can tell you, yes, as we approach the 3rd minute, I beg your pardon, of the 6 added on, PSG 0, Arsenal 1. Yes, that of course is the scoreline in this fixture. Definitely a lot of work. I would want the 6 added minutes to wrap up, of course, before we quickly look at what the situations could be from what the idea will be from the dressing room. Again, if you have a Bradley Bakola who has close control when he dribbles and keeps the ball as close to himself as possible, maybe that's the kind of guy you want in the box, and you'll be hoping that the balls will get to him in situations where you'll be hoping that any of those good crosses that comes your way will just make things work for you. But it was almost the PSG guys for a moment there, looks like they went to sleep. Kai Havertz could not exactly wrap his foot around it. That would have easily been 2-0 for Arsenal. But yes, the goalkeeper got a touch to it in that situation. And yes, a huge moment of respite there. You don't want to go 2 goals down at halftime against this Arsenal side that have not given you any whiff of taking a clear shot on goal.
If the second goal enters, I think this final is done. I don't know what. I mean, like I said earlier, I don't see the future, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if it happens, then it's done. I think it's done. I don't think there's anything PSG is going to do to let Arsenal concede 2 goals. If you played 45 minutes, I mean, we know football is a game of 2 halves, and so the situation where you see a goalless first half and then the second 45, you see 6 goals being scored in that game. But against an Arsenal side, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, let's see what will happen, because PSG, they have yet another corner. And this time around, yes, the referee will get in the box to talk to the players and say, hey, guys, behave yourselves as much as possible. He's gone for Fabian Ruiz, who, of course, is closing down his countryman in David Raya. And he's had a word with the goalkeeper, with the midfielder already. They used to pass these corner kicks. Now they are launching it into the box and hoping that they can. But again, in terms of physical presence, it's not something that they have in abundance in the team, where you can say in such situations they can punish the Arsenal guys.
Well, I don't even think when it comes to set piece, especially when it comes to corner kick, I don't think that's their forte actually. It's because I don't even think they have players who are good with the head. So
well, Marquinhos used to lead that back in the day.
That's the only person. But in a game like this where you don't want to commit, where you're trying to be careful, you don't want to commit Marquinhos forward too much. You want him to sit back a bit and see if there's going to be a counter attack to close up and all of that. And so you have to depend on Dembele and Co, Desiree Doué, and for Desiree Doué, I think he's been silent in this game. I think he's been very, very silent. Unlike 1 year ago, where he was the life of the party against Inter Milan. I think he's been very silent.
Again, you get some of those problems when you're up against an Nkapie player who tries to keep it really tight at the back and then just make sure he's holding you to everything. Were it not for Marquinhos, that was easily 2-0 because Havertz went for the near post and the goalkeeper was not in that at that spot at that time, and that would have been the case. But yes, there's a reason why you have defenders in a game, and Marquinhos has stepped up in that situation to block it off for PSG, as Arsenal were looking to double the lead. Maybe, of course, one of those situations where you want to go for a long throw. Not a surprise for me that Declan Rice is the one stepping up to go for this throw instead of Mosquera, who, of course, was the man you would expect to go for it. But they are committing their guys forward into the box, and Gabriel is already there. Kai Havertz is already there. If Rice is going for a long throw, might be more problems for them.
Yeah, I mean, that has been done already, and you can see the scrambling already going on.
It's a corner. Arsenal gets their first corner of the game. Arsenal gets their first corner of the game. And yes, Kai Havertz thought he was shoved there, that it should have been a foul. Pacho, looks like there was a push on him, but they were contesting for the ball. I guess
PSG are even contesting that ball hit Havertz last.
Okay.
That it should have been a corner.
The referee has called for a corner. It is Arsenal's first corner of the game, and Bukayo Saka is the man who's stepping up to go for this one. In the meantime, I can tell you that
something has happened.
The referee is going to check something. It looks like something has happened. Maybe the coaches on the bench have said something. Or it's called for halftime already. Yes, it's halftime.
Oh, really?
It's halftime. Didn't give the corner. It's halftime.
Oh.
It's halftime.
It wasn't 6 minutes yet?
It was exactly 6 minutes, actually.
Oh.
It has passed 6 minutes. The corner came when it was exactly 6 minutes. Oh. And then, of course...
I thought something had gone wrong. I thought
maybe he was going to check the situation right there. But, of course, that's what it is. You can check and follow the game, the coverage of this action on Sports Radio Brilla FM. Yes, if you have our app, you can follow it everywhere on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Yes, of course, it is Brilla Media. Only on Facebook you can do Sports Radio Brilla FM. Yes, you can follow all the action right here on the Champions Dial. Also, follow the watch along on Instagram. Yes, we have some fans in the house with us who, of course, are following the game. Yes, you can also, follow the game with the fans and see all that they are doing. The watch along on Instagram and on, TikTok, where the guys are. You see all the mannerism, all the things they are putting into this game. Femi, 1-0, another 45 from Glory. It is the 45 minutes of their lives, because I think one way or the other, yes, they are defending. The PSG guys have not particularly made them work for this.
Yeah, that's why I've said so far in the game, it's not been a function of them it's just been a function of PSG having the ball.
They have not used
They've not used the ball, so I don't think they've overstretched Arsenal in this game so far. They've had possession, they've had all of those things, but they've not even stretched them to a very large extent that they will feel like, oh, this is tough already on us. And so when you look at the way Arsenal are at this point, Arsenal have had to play games in terms of this season where they won 1-0 and they had to wait and just find a way they found a way to stretch the game, just defend the 1-0 that they have, the 1-goal lead they have in the game. And I think that's one thing that has really worked for them so far in the competition. at this point of the competition, if you've used the style to this point of the competition and you've not changed it, I don't think that all of a sudden you should wake up one morning and decide that, oh, this is not going to work for us or this is not going to work again. And I think that's one thing that's been good for Arsenal in this game. So for Arsenal and also for PSG, the second 45, like you said, they have to. This is the last 45 of their lives. This 45 is the 45 that they come into for Arsenal, and they can do two things. Is either they decide that, you know what, let's push it off and get going and probably get the second goal and seal it up, or this one goal that we have had, let us defend it with our lives to the end of the game. For PSG, they can't afford to do that because they are the one who are chasing the game and they need to get goals.
You sort of feel like for what PSG are trying to do, committing Achraf Hakimi as high as possible, Leandro Trossard doesn't have the pace. At some point in this game, do you want to risk a Martinelli and force him to go back, or they stand the risk of running behind Martinelli? He could show them a clean pair of heels and then be that man to running behind the PSG defense, because we know that he's got pace for days, and such a player, maybe of course he will just be waiting for you to just make the passes right, because there are situations where Havertz had the ball and he felt Trossard could not do the job, pass the ball to him and they'll just hold up the play. But if it's a player like Martinelli, you'll be expecting him to have a go and do what they do. But yes, the guys are back in here on the show this evening. Wilson, yes, let's talk to you. First 45 minutes of the game, it is 1-0 for the Arsenal. Yes, it is 1-0 for the Arsenal as far as this one is concerned. And I can tell you for certain, Wilson, what are you feeling as far as this game is concerned? Arsenal lead 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's a good game.
Close to the mic, please.
Okay, it's a good game, by the way, because Arsenal, I think they are doing the job what Ateta instructed them to do. They are defending very well, and they are defending with cautious. They are attacking with cautious.
Okay.
Because I think Arsenal are waiting for counter attack, but then they like that player that will do them that counter. I think the player kind of Martinelli style.
Martinelli kind of player.
Yeah. But Kai Havertz cannot do it, and I think Bukayo Saka cannot do it. But if this will continue this way, and maybe in the second
maybe
half,
Madueke at some point good with the counters too. He's quick. He's explosive.
He's quick. Quick. And I think PSG might be carried away by attacking because they want to get that goal. And then they want to get that goal as early as possible. But if we allow Arsenal to defend until 70 minutes, I don't think they will get that goal.
Okay. Of course, someone is joining us on the show this evening. Akeli Daniel is right here on the show. How's it going? Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, thank you.
How are you?
I'm cool.
You are all smiles. It looks like the game is going the way you expected it to.
Short, like, even from where before I get there, I tested you people on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'm full of joy already, because when in 6 minutes Arsenal we are in front,
taking the lead.
And I'm very, very happy. Listening to all the conversation and the analysis. In short, I just believe that this game is 50-50, but where it's going on that I can see, I know that Arsenal is going to score another goal again. And there's a particular thing you people are not talking about. I'm telling you, there's has never been a team that carry Champions League back to back apart from Real Madrid. And I can tell you as Akadele Daniel and as a prophet, whether you like it or not, or you take it or not, that it can never happen on any other team against Arsenal. It's not on Arsenal that it will be.
Okay.
So PSG can't take it again against Arsenal. It won't be. Watch and see.
Okay, let's of course see how that goes. Gentlemen, we'll be back to talk to you again before the start of the second 45 and find out what you expect as far as this game is concerned. Let's take a break at this point in time. There'll be much more coming your way on your Champions Down. Stay with us.
the head of Arteta on the field.
Yeah.
He clearly knows the way the manager wants them to play. He understands that philosophy. With Eberechi Eze, you don't get that because, like you said, he wants to be free. He wants to be a bit more free than other guys. Other guys is a bit more conservative, and the way he approach the game. Some people might say that's not good. I mean, some people might say that is affecting the game.
Oh, yes. It's a penalty. It's a penalty for PSG. Mosquera, yes, he came in contact with that player, the Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, and the referee has pointed to the spot. The referee has pointed to the spot. Did he get the ball or did he get the foot of the player? On the first time, the referee pointed straight to the spot to say that it's a penalty. But maybe, of course, VAR might have to come in here and let's see. But he says a penalty. And the referee, of course, would wait for the possibility of a VAR. A game of this stake, you want to look at it and say, okay, let's take out every reasonable doubt as far as this one is concerned. Did he touch the player? Did he touch the ball first? Or was he just at...
that's clumsy.
That's clumsy.
Oh.
It is clumsy.
Very clumsy. Because it's a contact sport. So
the player was also turning at that time.
Yeah.
Mosquera was not particularly ahead. So he touched the player's leg before he touched the ball.
Yeah, he did. But like I said, it's clumsy because that challenge, it's a contact sport, and so contact would happen.
Yeah.
It's just that I didn't think that contact was enough
to bring the player down.
Well, I think the player was also going down too. I think he just needed the aid
touch.
That touch. But that touch was just like skin touching skin. It wasn't a touch of I wanted to bring you down. So I don't know. It's been checked, but
okay. Let's see what happens as far as this one is concerned. Kivicha also bleeding there. He was bleeding before that situation. Penalty given, and it looks like that's not going to change as far as this game is concerned. The player was turning. I think these are some of the ways you want to buy a foul. These are some of the ways you want to buy a foul because
very cheap.
It is the touch you are waiting for.
Yeah, very cheap.
It is the touch that will make you go down.
Because
so yes,
he most likely couldn't have converted from that place.
I guess, but he would have put himself in a very good position to do that. But of course, a penalty given to Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, Paris Saint-Germain, a penalty given. Looks like the VAR review is over and a penalty has been given. Vitinha is the man who steps up. Of course, who's going to take this one? Vitinha is the man who steps up. Yes, the broadcast is brought to you by the chairman as action continues right here on the show tonight. Yes, UEFA Champions League, 65 minutes on the clock, and the PSG guys can begin to find their voices as far as this one is concerned. The last time Vitinha was up against Raya, he lost it.
Let them convert the penalty first before they can raise their head.
I guess the last time he up against Raya in the semi-finals last season, yes, but it looks like Dembele is the man who's going to take it. Of course, taking this one in the game. Yes, it is 1-1. Dembele sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And yes, game is back on. Yes, it is 1-1. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Arsenal 1. Yes, David Raya sent the right way by Ousmane Dembele. Yes, of course, who has converted for PSG in this game. And yes, of course, thoughts on how this is going to play out and what exactly happened there. Well, it was coming. The moment Mosquera had that yellow card, you felt it was jittery, you felt it was a bit shaky, you just knew that something was going to happen. Straight away, of course, the referee pointed to the spot. A sharp winger like Kivicha, of course, knows what to do, and he did that right away, decided where that was going to go.
What has happened in this game for PSG with that penalty is something that you would, credit to resilience. I think that's what happened to them in this game.
Yeah,
they didn't stop. Even if they were getting into those boxes, even if they were getting possession,
and were not clear cut,
they just kept going. Yeah. And like you said, they just wanted to do anything at all to get the goal, to get an equalizer, and then maybe we can go back to our manners. Let us disobey now. Maybe after we get an equalizer, we then go back to our manners and see what we can get from it. But honestly speaking, I think that they've done what they had to do in the game.
Okay, Christian Mosquera, he goes off now for Julian Timber to come on in. And yes, that's a quick substitution by Arsenal right there. And yes, this podcast is brought to you by the chairman. And definitely, yes, 67 minutes on the clock. Yes, let's also let you know that Martin Odegaard goes off and Victor Gyökeres comes in. This looks like a 4-4-2 straight out of the books. 4-4-2. You don't need a number 10 when you have wingers and fullbacks that can offer you one of the options that could favor you as far as this one is concerned. Again, I think the PSG guys have come second best in situations where there's been fouls. The way they go down compared to the Arsenal guys has been terrible. But again, these things are part of the game, and if you want to get those contacts, like the Desiree Du contact situation, typically was I don't think it was supposed to be, but again, that happened. And yes, as far as this one is concerned, game is back to normal, parity restored, and PSG 1, Arsenal 1. I can tell you it is the final of the UEFA Champions League. Victor Gyökeres has been introduced. Yes, he has been introduced in this game, and maybe somebody who can put in a bit of the physicality and run in behind for a Havertz to also keep control and try to pass, doing the job that Odegaard does. Havertz could create as well.
Yeah, he can. I think that's why the manager left him on. Yeah. You know, he then comes into that role of Odegaard, and then you have
it means he affords him the opportunity to go with two pressers.
To go with and then you have Victor Gyökeres also trying to get in, and Victor Gyökeres is a bit more bullish. Than Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Also, what Victor Gyökeres gives you also is the hold of play. I mean, I don't think he has that better than Havertz though.
No, it doesn't.
But in terms of the hold of play, and that also puts some sort of a cap, or puts the defenders of PSG on some sort of terms of coming down to understand that we cannot afford to be too up high. When you have a player like Victor Gyökeres, who is also behind your defenders, and you don't want to leave the defense too open for that. But I'm going to say this, and this might sound like maybe an odd take, but I'm not be surprised if Arsenal get a penalty in this game.
Okay, let's see which way it goes. 69 minutes. Femi is calling it already. And yes, this broadcast is brought to you by the chairman. And I can tell you that UEFA Champions League action, it is 1-1 on the night. Paris Saint-Germain, yes, they have more corner kicks in this game, as Piero Hincapié has just conceded one more corner to PSG in this game. Yes, they put on so much pressure on you, that way you don't get to their own half and they don't concede the corners to you, and that's something they have done so well in their last couple of games, because yes, they may know that set piece is not their thing. The only time Arsenal had a corner in this game, the corner was not taken, the halftime whistle was blown instead, and I'm not sure that counts as a corner. But I can tell you PSG has 6 corners, Arsenal do not have anyone at all. 20 minutes on the clock. If you are making those changes, maybe you also want to take out a guy like say Leandro Trossard. I'm not sure we've seen a lot of him in this game. Maybe you will need the pace of a Martinelli right now to run in behind and offer you something.
Yeah. And for Martinelli has come on in games where you think he's not going to perform, and he's done well to perform for the team. And I think the manager should be looking at that. I think the manager should be looking at that opportunity, to bring him on and see what he can actually give, to this side at this point. He has pace, he has more energy, than what the likes of Trossard will give you. Defensively also, you can actually track back also, and I think that's one thing that the manager will be looking at and seeing if Martinelli comes on. The opinion might be that bringing him in or bringing him on might be you trying to dilute your attack, but regardless of that, he's a player of the team. And then with situation this season where he's come on into the team and he's found a way to get the job done for Arsenal, so maybe they might want to look at that.
Okay, let's of course bring you more of it as the action continues right here. And yes, the chairman presents the UEFA Champions League Niger fan commentary takeover. Yes, that is definitely going down. And as we know, Niger football fans are some of the most passionate and energetic in the world. For this year's UEFA Champions League final, for the first time in Nigeria, the chairman is bringing our love for football to life by partnering in Super Sports to give 2 fans the opportunity to be the official commentators of the UEFA Champions League. For the commentary booth to the crowd, yes, this is the UEFA Champions League final backed by the fans. We undertook a search to find 2 football fans with an unmatched love of the game. Yes, the fans that speak a fluent football, of course, the plays, the players, the matchups, and the rivalries. We know, yes, they know it all, and they are the ones coaching from their couches and shouting at the players at the bar. They are going from super fans to super sports, and yes, to prepare them, super sport has prepared them, yes, for the professional commentating, and they are handing these fans the mic to call the game live. So this year, the experience the game like never before. The game voiced by Niger. Of course, expect views, opinions, friendly banter, and uniquely local perspective on the biggest game on the global football calendar. Yes, accessing this commentary is simple. Just before kickoff, go to the designated football channel on your remote and press the option. Yes, press the options button and navigate to language, select fan commentary and press OK. Live on Super Sports channel 202, 202 and Go TV channel 61, or Super Sports channel 205 and Go TV channel 63. The game has become a bit more open as far as action in this UEFA Champions League final is concerned. 73 minutes on the clock, and definitely PSG throwing everything. That pass was going to come from Raya for a good build-up play. Couldn't find Luis Kelly. It was too short a pass, and then of course PSG took the ball. They were pressing. Hakimi was the one who won that ball. I'm sure that Trossard is getting really tired. Yeah. For Hakimi to be overrunning him into the midfield and be coming that deep. Maybe you want a guy like Martinelli to come offer something right now.
Well, we've spoken extensively about Martinelli coming on. I think it's going to be a good choice for him to come on. But I would also talk about that chance for Dembele. I know he's a striker or he's a winger, anyone you want to qualify him as. But I think that he should have taken a better decision in that occasion. I think he had enough bodies in the box to share the pass with, and instead of going for glory himself. But I also understand that when it comes to football, decisions are taken in split seconds. So when you take that decision, sometimes there's no going back on it. You just have to take it, and that's it. So but for Martinelli, I think he comes on and he boosts the attack of Arsenal and also helps the defender also to,
because defensively Arsenal have not exactly given them something to think about. I mean, if he gets in behind the line and he runs in behind say a guy like Hakimi, he might have only Marquinhos to beat, and for pace I think he can match that guy, and whatever happens afterwards we might see an Arsenal side who of course are pushing for it and giving it everything as far as this one is concerned. But so far, of course, it is not looking really good. 74 minutes on the clock. It is 1-1 the scoreline. Yes, let's hear from Femi. We've talked about Martinelli and what he could possibly do in this game. And yes, don't worry. Of course, action as it continues right there. But again, 75 minutes of action played. 74 minutes of the game played so far. Just maybe, of course, we will see some of those things. Because, again, the PSG guys have also kept it simple by not making any of those changes just yet.
I think that the manager of PSG, Luis Enrique, is still keeping his cards to his heart, trying to see what happens in the game. But also I would say that I think that the guys who are on the pitch have not been overstretched. So I don't think there's any need for you to begin to make any panic change or anything. And there's no injury worries, for you to say, oh, we're trying to, there's somebody that is injured and all of that. So I think the guys who are on the pitch have done it. I don't think there's any reason for the manager to want to bring in somebody new at this point. The game is going fine. They're still controlling the game. I don't think I've seen anybody who is tired among the guys. I think that's one thing about them also. They've got the energy, to run back and forth. But also thanks to Arsenal too. I think Arsenal have not overstretched them. So maybe that's why the manager has not seen the reason to bring in any other player or a new player into this game for PSG.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Of course, what could change as far as that one is concerned. 76 minutes on the clock. PSG 1, Arsenal 1. UEFA Champions League action. And yes, I can tell you that we are getting there. We are getting there. Before the final whistle, might something change in this game? Or might we see extra time in this game right now as we speak? Okay, yes. Again, it extends the time that Saliba and Gabriel have had to concede from open play, because again, this one was another penalty situation right there where they considered that goal, and 1-1 is the score line. Yes, let's get right into it and bring you more, of course, on the show this evening. 090-44,889, 090-41,889. Yes, let's hear from you. Also on WhatsApp, yes, you can reach us as well and drop your thoughts with us as we continue to serve you the action. Yes, Victor Gyökeres comes in, and a guy like Kai Havertz also comes in, and you'll be expecting that, okay, they have two physical bodies in there who can offer something different, and let's see if that works out for the remaining part of this game. 13 more minutes of normal time left on the clock in the game, and yes, it is Arsenal against the Paris Saint-Germain, and I can tell you it is all going down on the show. Yes, of course, tonight for the Gunners or for the Les Parisiens. Where will this go? Yes, where will this go? Of course, again, we have seen a situation where Arsenal have taken the game to them, and all of a sudden it is looking like they probably should have been able to play this way all along and give themselves a fighting chance at doing something in this game. But yes, Paris Saint-Germain pretty much in it as much as the Arsenal guys are in it. But yes, where will this go tonight in this game? What's going to change? Yes, what could change, and what would we see differently that could decide where this game goes tonight? Kivicha, again, a pacey player, but he gets caught up. That's the Kivicha of a few months ago. You say that, okay, if you give him half a yard.
I think the manager needs to take him off. His leg is hurting. I think he has a
bruise somewhere.
Very big bruise.
Yes, a gash, actually.
Yeah, I think it needs to come off. And then I think that run was good, but I think it didn't run. For me, I think it didn't run in the right direction. I think that run could have been more channeled through going into centrally. If you go centrally, you found a way to beat the defender. If you run centrally, you found a way to beat him. But I think that's one thing that he couldn't do. But then he also had bodies that he could have given the pass to.
Okay.
But like I always say, like I believe football is a game of instinct, and so I think his instinct was to go for glory, and that couldn't have.
The shot was also good. He came off the post. And that would have easily been 2-1. In that situation right there. But yes, all the corners are going to PSG in this game. Now imagine if you know that Arsenal are good with corner kicks, and then you went for them to say that, okay, corner. It is now 79 minutes on the clock, 1-1 the score line as far as this one is concerned. What can we see differently? Yes, what can we see differently? Arteta has just beckoned for someone on the sidelines who's running. He has just beckoned for that person to come. Looks like we might see another change for this Arsenal side in this game right now. Let's see what will change about this particular one and what the situation could be as far as this one is concerned. But Bukayo Saka not getting it right this evening. Always want to cut into that position, and I think they know he's left-footed and they are just waiting for him.
Yeah, they do.
Waiting for him.
They do. They know that once he cuts back or he cuts in, they know what he wants to do with the ball. So I think that's why they've been able to do. And the funny thing is that so far so good in the game. This second half, or after the second goal came in, after the equalizer came in from PSG, that is when he's been able to do that. Prior to that goal by PSG, he's not done any of that because they've not had the ball.
Yeah.
But so far since they had the ball, I think right now Arsenal are playing the way PSG expects them. PSG expect them to play, which is come at us. I mean, try to do that thing that you want to do, and let's see where it gets you. And
two speed stars about to be introduced: Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke. Yes, they're taking final instructions from the coach Mikel Arteta at this point in time of the game. 80 minutes on the clock. Yes, coverage brought to you by the chairman. It is action right here, UEFA Champions League night, and yes, it is the final. Which way will it go? Yes, will it go the way of the Les Parisiens, or the Gunners will of course grab it in Budapest tonight as we of course go right into this one. This of course the game, because of this game, actually changed, because again everything to the letter that the PSG guys did in those small spaces where Arsenal were not allowing them to get into the box, they decided to do a 1-2. Mosquera probably should have run in front of the player rather than wait for himself to turn. But that ball, the decision on that ball was so quick that he caught the player flat-footed, and then the move he made, he didn't touch the ball first before he touched the player, and the penalty spot. Yes, of course, coverage brought to you by the chairman, and yes, I can tell you that it is the UEFA Champions League. 81 minutes on the clock, and it is 1-1. Yes, 81 minutes, and it is 1-1. And yes, that I can tell you for certain. Again, if the Arsenal guys are bringing on Martinelli and bringing on Madueke, they will be looking at taking advantage of the tired legs of the PSG guys. Might that be something that works for them in this game? Because again, we're looking at the PSG guys who are also getting in those zones where they can cause problems and pretty much, get things going their way in this fixture as far as this one is concerned. Timber won the ball from a dangerous place. Didn't run into a place where he should have been able to protect the ball well enough. But of course, he goes out for another corner. It is the 8th corner, I guess, for PSG in this game. I started noticing that when everybody started saying, "Oh, they don't get corners, they don't get corners, they don't get corners," and all that. They are not good at defending set pieces. Now you know the way to defend against set pieces. Make the opponent not come to your box. That way, you will have limited the job. Because imagine Arsenal having like 8 of these corners. And then
I think
there is Gabriel, there's all of these guys, Saliba, Havertz, and the likes. You'll be expecting that that might be a thing. But again, in this situation, that has turned out not to be. But we're at the point in the game where you feel that, you begin to have the feeling that first to score might win this game.
Yes. It's 1 minute. And it's
83 now.
It's 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The thing about this game again is that this is the moment where you don't want PSG to have a lot of the ball. You see these moments, this 80-something minutes of the game, they can actually punish you. I also will not be surprised if we get into extra time in this game.
Okay.
Because the way it is, I don't know, but I think Arsenal are not going to back down. I don't think PSG also will back down. But like you said, it's a first to score at this point. Anybody who scores now wins the game. I think the other person the person who scores will probably just have to defend the game out and say, I've done enough and I've come, I've saw, and they conquered in Budapest. Okay,
you came, you saw, you tried, or did you conquer? Yes, let's go right into it. 84 minutes. Kivicha is also making way for Bradley Bacola. Yes, Kivicha is also making way for Bradley Bacola in this situation. Arsenal have replaced Leandro Trossard and Bukayo Saka with Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke as they hope to inject more pace in this game and find their men who could run in behind the line and give them some sort of advantage in the situation. Let's see which way it goes and if anything changes with the substitutions that have been made by Mikel Arteta in this game. Okay, yes, action as it continues right there, and I can tell you for certain that it is all going down in this game between the two sides. The PSG guys, you should see the level of discipline they maintain in making sure they don't concede corners. Like they are guiding the corners with their lives.
They are resisting the urge. I don't know. I think it's very intentional for them.
Yeah,
I think it's quite intentional.
If you know that your opponent is potent in those situations, you don't want to leave anything to chance.
Yeah, because the only corner kick that Arsenal got in this game that could have been a corner kick for them wasn't taken.
Yeah,
and funny thing might be that the only corner they might have in this game might probably lead you to the second goal of this game for Arsenal. So for PSG, they are trying everything possible, to avoid that happening. And Arsenal has also, gone the way of using the long throwing, and that was quite close, for them also. Declan Rice, took that corner kick, but that was not able to, get into the back of the net. But I'm sure that's a good one for them.
Okay, of course, certainly a good one in this situation. And I can tell you that Raya, yes, had to go bail out the Arsenal guys because Bradley Bacola, with fresh pair of legs on the pitch, yes, started causing problems for the Arsenal defense. He ran all the way with William Saliba, but the goalkeeper was intelligent enough to go for that run and keep it going that way in the game. 86 minutes, yes, it is getting to that time, and just a dagger to the heart could decide this fixture right now. Anybody who scores first might just, of course, take this in the bag. But before then, Arsenal had a cross into the box, a throw actually from Declan Rice.
Yeah.
The PSG guys almost fumbled it, but they found a way to clear it as Victor Gyökeres was unable to get in on the end with a header. But they found a way to clear it, and they just kept it moving that way. But yes, I can tell you already, it is 86 minutes. Champions League final between the two sides. It is PSG against Arsenal. And yes, where is this going? Where is this going? Where would it go? Yes, talking about this particular one. Coverage is brought to you by the chairman. Yes, the UEFA Champions League coverage on Sports Radio Brilliant FM. Yes, it's brought to you by the chairman. All across Brilliant Media on our social media platforms. Yes, you can follow the games as well. And yes, action, of course, PSG doing their best to peg back the Arsenal guys. This is that time of the game when, even though you suspect that they don't have a lot of pace, they just want to have the possession to be able to house the pressure in the Arsenal backline.
I think that has been the format for them. Another Kanaki game.
A 10th corner for PSG in this game against Arsenal. Yes, it is their 10th corner in this game. And Bradley Bakola, of course, he went for that one. Raya had to, of course, count his steps. And he went all the way to stop that one in the game. Of course, that would have been at the end of it right there. But PSG pretty much doing all that they can to keep themselves in the game as much as possible. But yes, it is 87 minutes and it is goalless. Yes, might we see something change in this game right now? Of course, Gabriel Martinelli and the PSG guys up for the run there. But yes, you always have that fear of when he doesn't make the right decision. There's always the fear that Martinelli, okay, the flag was up. Looks like the flag was up in that situation. And but I mean, even if the flag was not up,
he took decision already.
That was a moment you feel that he probably should have ran the stretch while hoping that his players will join him. And the moment you get in the box, the guy who's attack or who's defending against you starts becoming careful.
Sure.
Starts becoming careful because any reckless touch in the box could lead to something that offers you a chance to win the game. And you know, from what we are seeing right now, the PSG guys, they are pretty much stayed in it as much as possible. But yes, this has become a very, very open game between the two sides. Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal. 88 minutes on the clock. And yes, this coverage is brought to you by the chairman. And you already know how this is going. Yes, Achraf Hakimi getting in on the end of a good cross there by Nuno Mendes. The fullbacks pushing high up and making sure that something was working there for them. Gyökeres couldn't get in on the end of that ball. If that ball probably had reached Noni Madueke, it would be an easy tapping for him to put it in the back of the net. But yes, Nuno Mendes got a header to it to prevent stories that touch. Because right now, we would have been saying something completely different as far as this one is concerned. Okay, 090-41,089, 090-44,089. From the early indications, these might head into extra time as things are looking, because we approach the 90th minute of this game right now, and all of that could change as this game could be heading to that point of it where we'll be hoping that something plays out, or if not, and then we'll be looking at okay, let's go all the way and see for another 30 minutes of 15 apiece of the two teams testing themselves again and hoping that one of them would crack in the process. But yes, Victor Gyökeres, you feel he's too isolated in situations where he's been able to take down the ball and then there's no supporting cast to help him do the job, and that has been difficult. Vitinha almost decided that game right there, but of course he went out of play, and Raya sprung for it, but I don't think he would have reached it. Because of course that was well taken, but he went out of play after Desiree Du, yes, brought it down beautifully and took on Gabriel there. He took on Gabriel before they could double team him. Vitinha was already available and he took that shot first time.
And they couldn't even do anything to him at that point because
he was already entering the 18-yard box. Exactly what I said. I mean, you don't want to get in those places and be hoping that something doesn't change. But of course, that's what we have right now in this situation. Raya getting some attention medically in this game. Can something still happen before, yes, this game comes to an end tonight? Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm calling from Masaba.
Okay, welcome this evening.
Yeah, I really want Arsenal to win this match.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm mostly for Arsenal because it's my daddy's team, my brother's team, and I'm a Chelsea fan. But he has always dreamed of, Arsenal.
Okay.
Winning, the UEFA Cup. But it's late though, so I'm really rooting for Arsenal to win this match.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that one. I can tell you also that 6 minutes have been added. Yes, 6 minutes have been added to this game right now. Yes, of course, it is 1-1. Yes, after 90 minutes, we're heading to 91 right now. It is PSG 1, Arsenal 1. Goal in the 6th minute of this game. And yes, from the penalty spot, another was scored in the 65th minute by Ousmane Dembele. First by the man Kai Havertz, and then of course by Ousmane Dembele, as it is 1-1 in the game. Now you'd be worried that Arsenal have not exactly used the wingers they brought into the game. Maybe you want to feed them one way or the other and see them try to affect the game the best way possible. We've not seen the ball being fed to the wingers in situations where they should run in behind. And I think also for his industry in this game so far, in the last couple of minutes, Kai Havertz has looks like he's tired out a bit.
I think he is, but also this is also, trickles down to the fact that Arsenal have not had much of the ball. In situation when they've had the ball, it's been on counter-attack situations, and so that has obviously cut the effectiveness that these guys, these guys. And so if you are always on, for the most part of the game, Arsenal have been on the back foot. They've been on, when I mean the back foot, I mean they've been on the side where they're having to defend.
Yeah.
So, and how do you get out of your problems when you are in that situation where you're having to defend? Your attackers will not have a good day. They won't have a good day in the office, And we've seen additional 6 minutes, and 2 minutes is played already out of the 6 minutes.
Dembele is limping heavily now.
I think we'll play this one to the end though.
Dembele is limping heavily now, and when you have situations like this, you probably want to do your best to keep your best players on the pitch. But if Dembele is down right now, again, the 50-50 calls don't appear to be going the way of the Arsenal guys in this game. I'm not sure it's something that is typical, but the PSG guys are always coming second best when it comes to situations where you have to contest physically.
Well,
maybe the Arsenal guys are too hard on them. I mean, it's so easy to sit back here and say.
Well, I mean, I was going to give that as a response to say maybe the Arsenal player are harsh, in terms of their approach to the game. Maybe that's it. But
Dembele will not be able to continue this game. He's limping heavily, and Gonzalo Ramos is already warming up to come in this fixture. Yes, Gonzalo Ramos appears to be the man who's warming up to come in right now. 94 minutes. It is counting down to 96. Yes, coverage brought to you by the chairman. It is where it culminates as far as the Champions League action is concerned, from when we kicked off this competition in the league phase up until this time. This is where we wrap it up right here, and tonight might just be the night, but of course we waiting to see which way will it go. Will it go the way of the Gunners, or will it go the way of the defending champions, who of course will be saying we have a hold on it already as defending champions and we're not willing to let go. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. And yes, where will this go? Yes, would it be extra time? Would it even be penalties? I know someone who said extra time and then penalties and then everything that was said as far as this one is concerned. But yes, we're getting to the final minutes of the game. It is now 95 minutes counting down. Yes, it is counting down. 95th minute is counting right now. And how important is it for you to stay alert and make sure that you don't leave anything to chance? Give yourself a fresh start of 30 minutes to play an open play game again, and not having to wait for, will this work, will this not work?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to stay at alert at this point of the game, when do you want to do that? This is the time for you to be that. You don't want to leave anything to chances.
Focus.
You need to focus. You need your utmost concentration has to be on this thing. At this point, it could go anyway. I mean, a counter-attack from Arsenal, and you have it gone already. While for Arsenal, while for PSG also, they've seen more of the ball, and I think that might be something that they're probably looking at, and they've had more of the possession, and I'm sure they are looking at that and believing that there's nothing else that we want to do with this game than to hold on to position and see what we can get from that. But we have seen another yellow card to a PSG player.
Yeah, Neves, of course, he picked up a yellow card. That was a counter-attacking move there. He picked up one.
That's called one for the team.
Yeah, one for the team, and a tactical foul there because Kai Havertz, a second touch on that ball, he probably was going to switch play to a Martinelli who was running into space already. Madueke had gone in behind. Gonzalo Ramos comes in for Dembele, who, of course, cannot finish this game as far as this one is concerned. We might all agree that PSG, they are a fantastic team, but if you're losing Kivicha and losing Dembele in a game, Gonzalo Ramos is a fantastic player, so is Brady Bacola. But we know that they are not as big as the two main guys you are taking out.
Obviously, and I think that you have been a good person when you say these guys are fantastic players. They are just good players, especially Gonzalo Ramos. There's a reason why he's always on the bench. So he's always the second choice.
So if you
so if you have taken off your first choice, in two key positions of how you play, then maybe another 30 minutes of football might see Arsenal, taking advantage of that and seeing what they can do with it. But I think the first start, the 90 minutes should be coming up at this point already because we've seen 6 minutes played already, and I think we're going to go into extra time.
Okay.
I have my reservation about extra time, anyways. I think that if 22 players have played 90 minutes of football and they cannot get a goal, please let's
put them out of their misery.
Just take them to penalties immediately instead of playing on that 30 minutes. That is stressful, strenuous, and I don't know why, boy. Hey.
97 minutes. Yes, of course, action as it continues right there. And I can tell you that Bradley Bacola has just spawned another chance to put this game to bed.
This is one of his problems.
Converting chances.
I think that run was good.
What would you do if this game goes into extra time? Take out a Havertz for Eze?
Yeah. I think Havertz is tired.
Yeah, I think
he's tired.
I think so. Bacola, these were the chances we were expecting a guy like Martinelli to get, and they're falling for Bradley Bacola, and he's not done anything. He's full time. Yes, it's full time. 1-1 the score line. And yes, all of a sudden, there's something vulnerable about this PSG side. All of a sudden. I know that they can keep the ball, they can knock it around and all the rest. Maybe, of course, the quality of the league is getting to show because the Premier League is very intense, and you go for 90 minutes and it feels like it's a whole lot of work, and then you come up against a side who, with the resources they had, they were looking to bury the game and finish it off while they still have their best legs on the pitch, but that has not been the case right now. Of course, let's take a break at this point in time. Yes, Femi Olubi will take some calls and feel the pulse of the fans. Femi, of course, 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Of course, let's hear from you on the show this evening.
Daniel, VQ. Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Daniel Desmond and they call. VQ, I'm sorry for not coming. Something came up. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that one. 090-44,889, 090-41,889. Dan Desmond, I'm the one talking, and you couldn't hear me, so you would have to call back so that you can actually hear me. We have tons of messages on WhatsApp for us to attend to. This one says, Femi, you are not objective with your analysis. As pressman, you're just supporting Arsenal. Sorry, darling. This one says, good evening, sirs. KC from Festac Extension. Last time Arsenal got to the Champions League final, they scored first. But still lost. It's the same story will be at the end of tonight. Great evening. Thank you so much for that one. All right, let's get away from that. This one says, good evening, guys. This is Stanley. I beg. What is happening to Arsenal? What is happening to Arsenal? Will BP1 keep pressing here? You'll be all right. Don't worry. This one says, PSG will win 2-1. Anthony from Enugu. Thank you very much, Anthony. This one says, good morning, good evening, my dynamic crew. How are you doing? PSG can't use the ball because there's no space in the box to play. Paris should go back to wing play. Arsenal are so tight and disciplined defensive. Mr. President, my crew are saying, hello, Vanessa, Lindsay, Roberto, Wacoin, Dio from Winnipeg. Thank you very much, Dio from Winnipeg. This show is brought to you by the chairman. Yes, let's get this call. Hello.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I can hear you. Fire down.
Yeah. Mr. Tony, this kid on the line. Hello?
I can hear you. Fire down.
You know, after playing the penalty from the first match to the last match without considering the penalty, without taking a red card, this is a Champions League, not a penalty. That's why we are bragging as the pride of London.
Absolutely.
God will never give us my trust in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much for that one. Don't worry. Tomorrow is Sunday, and I hope that you'll be able to give Thanksgiving when Arsenal or PSG, regardless of anybody who wins among them. And tomorrow is also today is 30th. Tomorrow is 31st. I thought tomorrow was first Sunday, but it's last Sunday of the month. We have the Mendem in the studio here, and I can assure you that the watch party has been brought into the studio now. So is it not watch party? I beg your pardon. Watch along has been brought into the studio now. 090-44,889, 090-41,889. Let's get more calls and get your reaction. Hello. Okay, please do want to call back. WhatsApp message. This one says, good evening, guys. This is Chibwa. I have returned with another prophecy. The clock struck 13:57. Division became clear. PSG 1-1 at full time. Then extra time. On Arsenal 1. And yes, of course, the action continues. First half of the extra time added to the game. Yes, you can follow the action on Brilliant Media on YouTube. Yes, the guys are in here, and it feels really warm in here to have a lot of these bodies right here as the game continues. But I can tell you that changes have been made by the Arsenal side. Yes, they have made changes. They have brought on Martin Zubimendi for Miles Lewis Kelly, and Eberechi Eze has come on in for Kai Havertz as well, as they hope to have a final roll of the dice in this fixture and give themselves a fighting chance of making anything out of this one. Yes, which way will it go? We are still waiting, all of us, yes, with bated breath. And Madueke, of course, crossing to the box. Danger was averted right there by William Pacho, who, of course, wait not for him. Gyökeres was waiting to tuck it in. But yes, that's what it looks like at this point in time. Extra time right now, guys. Let's start with you. Extra time as far as this one is concerned.
David,
are you still feeling the way you felt before the start of this game?
I'm even more confident now that Arsenal is going to take the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm even more confident.
What has inspired that?
Yeah, I've seen the best players of...
this is Arsenal's first corner, and he's coming extra time.
We're hopeful. You know what Arsenal can do with a corner kick. Then again, Dembele out, Kariskari out.
Yeah.
So they have been neutralized. So let's see what is going to happen.
Okay.
Our goal is coming soon.
All right, let's see. It goes on for
and
another
the game
corner.
will surely go down there for Arsenal to be the winner.
It goes out for another corner in the game. Yes, of course, 93 minutes action as it continues right there. And yes, let's see the PSG guys. I think it has sort of evened out a little, but let's see where this is going to go. Wilson, yeah, this was not what a lot of people envisaged. We expected that the PSG guys will outrun them. Maybe Arsenal were smart enough to have defended as deep as possible and just weaken them one way or the other, because of course if you're moving the ball and you're not making any headway, you're causing problems for the opponent by extension.
That is why we say they don't play football on purpose. Because if it is on purpose, Arsenal, maybe PSG would have been scored like 2 or 3 goals by now.
Possession does not equal goal.
So I think what Arsenal they were trying to defend, but you can't defend against PSG for 90 minutes when you score game.
Maybe the penalty call was just the bad part, because every other thing else was good. I mean, this game probably would have ended some minutes ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because PSG didn't get any of those chances until the smart guys started moving, making those moves. I mean, if Kivicha had run straight, maybe, but the fact that he turned and was hoping to make that move, there was contact with himself and the man, even though you might argue from now till tomorrow that it wasn't intentional, but a touch in the box, we know what it brings. Emmanuel, let's look at this game right now. It looks a bit more open because PSG have lost 2 of their main guys, even though they brought on replacements. It is looking like a game where if Arsenal takes it to them, there's a chance that things can happen real quick for the Gunners as far as this one is concerned.
Yeah, definitely, because if you notice, Arsenal was defending and then they had injuries in PSG's forward, and then he did 2 good changes in Madueke and what's his name again, Martinelli, and Arsenal have kind of stepped up their pressure in attack in this game. Let's just see what happens before the 30 minutes extra time.
FJ1, let's look at your thoughts regarding the officiating. I have suspected that in situations that are 50-50, the PSG guys, they seem to go down too easily and then they get the call. Maybe the Arsenal guys are too hard on them. But in such situations, what do you make of the officiating so far?
Vicky.
Yeah.
This game, it get us a bill. You know, because these PSG people, they know say Arsenal, they hold them through the defense.
Okay.
So they don't fit play like attacking. They want like get it to penalty. Now and I wait till they can't get. For me, if not with this penalty, what they get, Arsenal forbid them. For me, because they play through their 18 of Arsenal football, so that means they don't get the penalty, make them score. Okay. But for me, like I see this game where they go, so like Arsenal don't come out Saka and Trossard, which is they deserve to come out them because they're not there for the match, and PSG too don't come out their main key player. And like I see this match, why they play so? Because I know say Eze go soon enter.
He don't enter.
He don't enter. Say yeah. Good. Arsenal go win this match 2-1 for full time.
Okay, let's see how that goes, of course, and what it could turn out to be as far as this one is concerned. Akerele Daniel, you said this was going to go Arsenal the way, but I know it's not over yet, even though this was not the exact prediction you said it was going to be, but they are still in the game, and if you're in the game, you have a chance.
You know, in a game of football, I can tell you that impossibility is nothing. Yes, as I'm telling you, I told you earlier that Arsenal is going to take the lead. Whether we like it or not, Arsenal will win this match. Even though if we end on penalties, I still want to believe that Arsenal is going to be victorious, coming out a victor. And I'm telling you that this game, I have the hope that Arsenal is going to be victorious this evening.
Okay, yes, yeah. We are live on YouTube. Yes, on Brother Media on YouTube. Yes, you can see your fellow fans, see all the things that they are saying about the game, how they are saying it. Some of them are usually vocal when they call, and then when they come in here, you give them the mic now. We're not seeing the same energy, but it's all good. Yes, let's have it all together as the game continues. We are in the 98 minutes of action right there in the UEFA Champions League. PSG against Arsenal. And yes, 1-1 is the scoreline right now. This has become very open between these two sides. It has become very, very open. And maybe, of course, the first side to make a mistake. Warren Zaire has been introduced. And that means that, yes, that man talking about the PSG guy, Fabian Ruiz, has been substituted in this game. So, yes, where would it go? We are definitely waiting to find out and see how things look as far as this one is concerned. But yes, the Arsenal guys have got to be careful with the way they commit people forward and leaving themselves all of these things. It's not looking good. Victor Gyökeres lost the ball, tracked back all the way to win it back, but in the process fouled the player for PSG. Yes, the Arsenal jersey number 14 has picked up a yellow card in this game. Still 1-1 the scoreline. Coverage brought to you by the chairman. And yes, go live on YouTube right now on Brilla Media YouTube. Yes, and see what the guys are doing. Yes, they are talking about the games themselves. Yes, we brought in a few of our friends in here to watch this game with us and tell us all that is going on. Yes, this coverage is brought to you by the chairman. And yes, you know that as far as the Champions League action is concerned, it is all kicking off right here. Let the action continue. Of course, PSG have a free kick. Yes, in that situation right there. And it is 100 minutes right now. Yes, it is 100 minutes. And I can tell you certainly that it is 1-1. Yes, 1-1. Martin Zubimendi, by the way, has been brought on to replace Miles Lewis Kelly. And the PSG guys are also hoping. They are also waiting. The Arsenal bench is the same thing right there. But again, we've talked about... when you have guys like Martinelli who can run, you bring on Madueke who can run. How do you bring on an Eze who, of course, can help you hold possession? I know the PSG guys, their game is possession based. Maybe that's why they are holding on to the ball more. But you have to find a way to find a guy like Eze who you know that he can run into positions, he can run free, he can dribble, he can lay the pass, he can even score. So that by his play, the likes of Martinelli and Madueke can become active and then they can run into positions. But we've not seen that from the Arsenal guys. How do you do that when you're not holding on to the ball?
They're being just too cautious. I mean, yes, the game is opened up, but then understand that it's the reading. So just step up. Let's get it done. It's the risky moment. Anything can happen here. If a goal comes in here, it might be settling everything. So you can't allow PSG keep running at you, keep possessing you, and then you just want to rely, want to defend. I mean, you can't do that in Champions League finals like this. Okay,
let's see. What can you do in a situation like this in a Champions League final, Mr. David?
Yeah. The game plan here is soak the pressure, go out. Look for the opportunity.
To hit on the counter.
Yeah. But again, when you are playing with a team that scored over 44 goals in the Champions League on their route to the final, you know they can score goals. And believing that Arsenal being a team that is a master in the defensive game, so the whole thing is open. But I'm seeing Arsenal getting it right. Because the opportunities are begging now. In the introduction of Eberechi now gives us another impetus into it because he's a good finisher.
Yeah.
And he loves those loose balls. He knows how to bury them. So that's why I'm sounding it very clear here to everybody who is listening to Brilla here that Arsenal will surely get there.
Okay.
They will complete the job.
All right, let's see how that goes. Yes, we're live on YouTube. You can go see, yes, our fellow fans, yes, our friends who, of course, are talking about the game right here on Brilla Media on YouTube. Yes, go right there and be a part of it. And let's see all that is going down right there as far as this one is concerned. Gentlemen, was that a penalty? FJ1, let's hear you. You pointed. You felt Madueke was brought down.
Let VR check it though, because the way they do that contact, they sent men check out. Now penalty for me. Men check that game where because the referee, I don't understand this man. The referee need the favor now. Need the favor now at all. No, they need the favor now because Arsenal get corner kick for the first half. The man cancel the corner kick. Now again they do the same thing. I don't believe. You need the favor now.
Actually, Daniel, what do you think? Do you think that's
this one?
What played out there?
I dey tell you, this man dey bias, as my co-founder, my friend said. I'm telling you, because in short, imagine say This guy jam body this guy for 18 for the VR. Oh, suddenly they just go and sleep now. But in the case of a PSG, when Arsenal found somebody, they quickly go and go and they go and view it. It's wrong. I don't know what is happening. So I don't even have trust on any this referee. I don't know. The man is biased. I'm telling you.
We can't change
anything. The man is biased. I'm telling you.
We can't change anything about
where he touch. I they tell you.
Please, Wilson, what happened? What did you see? Because Declan Rice has just been booked now for protesting.
Yes, because he's protesting.
I mean,
he's the captain.
I think that was too easy. Madueke got down too easy. It was too easy. It was a 50-50 tackle. I remember that is a defending guy defending in his own area. You understand? Madueke didn't even want the ball yet. So I think he got down.
He ran with the ball into the box. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should have the benefit of seeing it again. He was held. He was held. He was held.
He was held.
He was held.
Wasn't that the young man go for the ball? Did he go for the ball?
It's a penalty.
He did not go for the ball. There is a clarity in that.
Who is it?
Let's review it here from our own view.
This referee is biased.
Okay.
Go again and check it.
Gentlemen, game continues. Definitely not giving. Looks like VAR will have a look. We're waiting for what the situation will be. But Nkapie, yes, Nkapie is getting some attention right there, medical attention right there, of course. But this is exactly
an anti-Arsenal.
Hold on. This is what you expect of a situation like this. I mean, Madueke should probably do this more often because we've not seen him do this already, trying to stretch that back line. We've not seen Martinelli doing the same thing. Ashraf Hakimi has practically played in the middle. If Martinelli was doing the same thing on the other side, maybe you'll be causing problems for the two sides. He was apparently held. Maybe, of course, shoulder to shoulder. But again, that was what brought the player down in the box. But, I mean, refereeing decisions are not my forte.
This is a high-tempo game. I mean...
FG1. Yeah.
Yeah. If Arsenal want to win this match, now Eze go win for them. For the one they see they play, Eze they need to give AJ the ball when they need. But if they play like this, now penalty go in. But for me, if Arsenal want to win this match, Vicky now Eze go win now because the guy they dribble, the guy they run, and he gets speed for everything they do. For me, I want me Arsenal focus on him. Make them leave their goal clearance. Now Eze go win this match for Arsenal.
Okay.
For 90 minutes.
Very, very tight call there. Yes, I'm not sure what the result of the VAR said, but play has continued. And yes, I can tell you, yes, you can follow the action on YouTube. Yes, on Bella Media on YouTube. Yes, where you can follow the game and see how the guys are taking part in today's broadcast. That's brought to you by the chairman. Yes, of course. Action in the UEFA Champions League night. It is that night, of course, in Budapest, the 30th of May 2026, and it is Arsenal 1, PSG 1. We're in 106 minutes of this game in the UEFA Champions League. I think the best thing Luis Enrique has done for himself in this game is to make sure that the moment Arsenal introduce these fresh legs and these speed stars, let's go back to keeping the ball. Let's go back to keeping the ball, and that has sort of blunted Arsenal's intention to come back into this game, Emmanuel.
Yeah, keeping the ball gives you big advantage. Keeping the ball gives you bigger, and that was what brought the first goal because the tapping was just too much, the possession was just too much, and sometimes when you possess too much, the goal can just come at any time. So PSG are just maintaining a strategy to keep the ball, knowing that Arsenal will be under pressure somehow, and then before you know it, anything can happen.
Okay, of course, there you have it as far as this one is concerned. If you're keeping the ball also in any game, you are indirectly defending. That I can tell you for certain, and that's what it means in this situation. Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain, 107 minutes on the clock, and yes, it is into extra time, the first half of extra time in this game, and it is 1-1. Will anything change soon? Let's wait for it and see all that could happen as far as this one is concerned in this fixture. It is Arsenal who lead. Who of course they are currently level against PSG in this game. Yes, 8 minutes, 108 minutes already seen in this game. And yes, might we see those situations we've been talking about where you want to play it clean and watch your guys run at the opponent. It's halftime. Yes, halftime in that game, and 1-1 it is. This is the make or break half of this game. We're entering the second half of this game, and yes, you could go on YouTube. The guys are right here and Wilson is here, David is here, Emmanuel is here, Akerele Daniel is here, FJ1 is here. Yes, all of the guys. I'm not sure why Daniel Desmond didn't make it here, but yes, the guys are here and we are talking about the game. Let's take some calls because yes, it's only a matter of a minute now. Just a short water break before the guys will get back into this game. If there's one thing PSG know how to do in games is to start strong and finish strong. We've not seen it in this second 45. Maybe, just maybe, you're thinking this is that day that it goes down to penalties. You never know. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, my name is Achibong.
Achibong, you're welcome.
Thank you. Please, what I want to say is that when you talk about robbing Arsenal in this match, let them not use that one as an excuse because they don't for Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, 2007.
Can you focus on this match, please? Can you focus on this match?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say now. They should focus and make sure they win the match. They should not say that because of the say they lost them. They should not use that one as an excuse. At the same time, men who want make them win. So that many look on the rub shoulder with me. Say because they don't get Champions League, just don't carry the locker in their reality. Make them lose. So that
I can imagine. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I mean, a guy who has a stronghold over what to banter you with will not want you to level up. That's simply the case. And I think that's what drives the conversation when people say, I don't have a problem with Arsenal. It's the fans I have a problem with. The fans, are they from Enyimba? If you have a problem with the fans, you have a problem with the club. Because if the club is doing well, the fans are going to be loud. I mean, so it's all part of what we're talking about tonight. And yes, let's take one more on the show. And yes, of course, go to YouTube and follow the game. Yes, let's hear from you. Arsenal will be PSG. Yes, Pelumi from Agege. This one is coming from you. This one said, hi, Mr. President, please. Who is Akerele Daniel amongst the guys in the studio? Is the Baba, the Akpari? Yes, the Akpari. He don't stand up for recognition. But yes, follow all the action. Yes, you can follow all the action on YouTube. Yes, where you can freely see these guys and there's no restriction to that. Vitinha comes off. Marquinhos also comes off. Yes, they are introducing other players. Lucas Beraldo and Zabani. Fresh pair of guys in the middle of the park and in the defense line. They know that the legs are tired and Arsenal are introducing quick guys right now. So yes, it is a game of chess. You might say Arsenal defended for most parts of the first half. I think that was the only thing they ought to have done in that game. Because by any means you let PSG go ahead and you have to chase this game, you will be in trouble. And we've seen it in a lot of situations where I can't remember the last time a game was this difficult for PSG. Credit to them and how fantastic they are as a team. I can't remember the last time a game was this difficult for them, was this, a lot of tactical stuff as far as this particular fixture is concerned and what we have seen in this game so far. Let's go for more. Okay, yes, the action continues. Your champions now, Sports Radio Bull FM. Second 45 is about to get started. Akerele Daniel, you're still sticking to what you said at the start of the game, that Arsenal is still going to be Arsenal the way. Second half of extra time is about to get started.
Thank you, Vicky. I'm telling you that this game, Arsenal is going to win. But what I'm seeing, I'm just sensing Akenwe. Some Akenwe. Man, when some people say Akenwe. Let me tell you. This recent before the end of the first half of the extra time, that infringement, that little infringement, what makes the VAR, I mean, the VAR, not to go and just review it. Let us know, let us be convinced that this is not a foul. What's stopping them to do so? So this man, in short, yes, I can wait there.
I hope they have not written a theory for him. I hope there are no scripts here. I hope there's no script.
Okay, you don't receive call from somewhere. You don't receive call from somewhere.
I hope this is not INEC.
Make him do what you want to do. You don't receive call.
The fact remains here.
And they tell you. Okay, touch.
Let's see how it's going to play out. And
I still wonder why VAR didn't have a check on that.
It wasn't serious. It wasn't that serious.
No.
This referee, na Chelsea referee for me. Na Chelsea referee because I believe. Now England referee for Chelsea. No,
please let him land. Let's hear Wilson.
You have been vibrating for some minutes now.
That what will happen?
You can't play defensive football against PSG for 90 minutes.
Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down. Let me go.
You are only hurting yourself.
Okay. Okay. The Arsenal defense sort of switched off a bit there, but David Raya to the rescue because yes, Gonzalo Ramos got that header right. Raya had to step out to come parry it. It was Bradley Bakola who rose the highest against Nkapie. The Declan Rice got a block on it. Zubimendi, I beg your pardon, got a block on it as the action continues right there. Let's of course see if it changes as the game continues. I can tell you for certain that it is still 1-1. And yes, 108 minutes of the game seen already. And yes, it is still going on. PSG hoping, of course, to pick the pockets of the Gunners, as the Gunners are also hoping to get something out of this one. A really compact play by Arsenal in that game so far. And, well, you will be hoping that...
what I'm saying here is this. For those who have predicted a whitewash against Arsenal... They are on the edge of their seat now.
We will get to that. Well, they are, in all honesty.
Someone like Mr. Wilson. But the funniest thing here is that he has been vibrating like one of those vibrators. I'm surprised that he's not even... he doesn't even know what to say. Because he's been surprised that Arsenal can get it this way. He thought that Arsenal would be whitewashed like the way Chelsea was given 1982. I mean 82, sorry, or in the knockout stage. But he had been, the reason Arsenal really gave him that surprise because Arsenal have their own game plan, and Arsenal remain the best team in Europe. A team that played 14 games without losing any of the game, considered only 6 goals. We maintain our beating. On our unbeaten till the final. Now we are playing 90 minutes. We are into extra time now.
Okay.
So we are on it.
109 minutes on the clock. Yes, our broadcast brought to you by the chairman. And yes, I can tell you that UEFA Champions League.
We hear you, chairman. Chairman, we hear you. We hear you.
Right here, most definitely. Let's go straight into it and let you know that it is 1-1. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Arsenal 1. What a game it has been. The two teams have absolutely left virtually everything on the table. Yes, they've left everything on the pitch as far as this game is concerned. Is there still something to come? We have 10 more minutes of normal time left in the game. And yes, you can follow the action on YouTube. Yes, where we are bringing you all of it. The guys are right here and we are definitely taking you closer to the action on yes, Brilla Media on YouTube. Follow it, yes, and tell us what you think of the guys. Yes, I know you're asking questions about who's this person. Well, you get to put a face to who they are today, and let's take you there on the show this evening. 090-41,089, 090-44,089. We're on Zai Emery. Yes, of course, doing his best there, dropping deep and contributing in situations where you expect him to be a winger. He does contribute something. But yes, PSG against Arsenal, the game is on, and it is 110 minutes of action right there. Of course, I can tell you that. And just of course, let's let you know that as far as this one is concerned, the two teams are still pretty much putting in their all, and just maybe you'll be expecting that because PSG keeps the ball more, they have reduced the effect of what Arsenal would have been able to do with the likes of Eze, the likes of Madueke and Martinelli, and possibly the likes of Victor Gyökeres in this game. And that for me has been something really, really tactical that we don't talk enough about. But yes, the coach has done a great job in this game. What would be typical justice so that nobody cries foul at the end of the day? It goes to penalties, or you think in the remaining 10 minutes or a little less than 10 minutes of this game, whoever can still win should do what they can do?
Arsenal go win now.
I think PSG still have the chance.
No lie. Arsenal go win this game.
PSG have the chance.
For where?
I'm not seeing any chance from
Arsenal go win this game.
They are waiting for counter attack.
Now PSG they wait. PSG they wait for penalty. Maybe Arsenal. Arsenal need full time winning to end this game.
Penalty is a game of everybody. Understand? Nobody is perfect in that.
When this game now 1-0, Wilson could they catch am. Now when the game not be 1-1 now, he don't get his voice back. Before now 1-0, I know you're in voice, so he calm down.
See,
He went off.
He went off.
This
He
is
went
what-
off.
One now he dey talk.
This is one of the reasons why we say Arsenal is a one-dimension team.
I know that.
Because they nullify them from getting corner kicks,
Then
and
what-
they cannot.
Then what happened to PSG that you said that the team, the super attacking team? What happened to them?
Defending with 11 players, it's not that easy.
We never defended with 11 players.
Even the strikers are.
Arsenal have a penalty. They refuse to check it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't check it. Only 2 seconds. They off it.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's get back to the games. Of course, action continues right here, and yes, it is brought to you by the chairman. I can tell you definitely that once Champions League is on, you definitely know that it is on all across the world. And yes, we taking you there as it continues. Yes, it is UEFA Champions League action. Yes, Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal. 1-1 the scoreline. It is 113 minutes at this point in time. We're going for 120. And yes, the referees, the coaches will then decide who will be part of it, who will take kicks from the penalty spot or who will not. Part of the final trainings yesterday, if you've been privileged to see that video, was that Raya was doing a lot of stretches when they were hitting those balls hard, and he was going for it. You sort of think that it is penalty training they were doing at that point in time. But again, you never know how this could turn out. PSG still have some of their guys on the pitch, and yes, good players all over the place. And let's see if that, of course, could change anything as far as this game is concerned. The Arsenal guys came back into this game. They were on the front foot. Even when the second half of the extra time started, Arsenal were on the front foot. All of a sudden, they've gone back again. Cautious approach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cautious approach because, yes, the game has lived up to the billing. I mean, we can see the balance. PSG is doing more of the possession, holding the ball. Arsenal defending. I don't know if it's a strategy for Arsenal to end it in penalty shootout, because even in penalties, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
It is anybody's game.
Okay.
So let's see how it goes.
Okay, of course, it could go either way. Once it is a situation that a penalty gets to decide what the outcome of the game will be tonight. But yes, we are in it together. And yes, action brought to you by the chairman. And I can tell you that on Brother, yes, we're also taking you closer to the action. And this is a time of the game when concentration levels have got to be very, very high. Gentlemen.
That is why Arsenal come back defending. That is why Arsenal come back defending.
They are not defending, they are still attacking. The point here is that they are being cautious because nobody wants to, I imagine, any margin error. You understand me? Everybody is very careful. Nobody wants to make an error.
Any room for mistakes.
Yes, nobody wants to leave that kind of room. Even the goalkeeper. You understand me? So, the game shows that what the professor said, Arsene Wenger, is a 50-50 game. It has been really... it has been a spot on
prediction
submission on it.
Okay.
So we have seen it, and the way it's going, as an Arsenal fan, I still have that strong. The inner man in me is still telling me that Arsenal will carry the day.
Okay, let's see if that works and if that would be the case as far as this fixture is concerned. Because yes, we've seen 115 minutes of this fixture right now, and it is still a goalless affair as far as this one is concerned. Iberichi is there, try to thread one through to his fellow England international, talking about Nani Madueke. But of course, Madueke was unable to get on the end of that ball. Maybe, of course, it would have been clean through on goal because that pass was really good. But of course, it continues. 116 minutes. Yes, action, of course, on your Champions Dial Sports Radio Real FM, brought to you by the chairman. And I can tell you also that as it is right now, yes, it could be anybody's game. First to win, first to score, wins it at this point in time. Would it be PSG? Would it be Arsenal? Let's see what they bring. But of course, as far as this one is concerned, maybe when all is said and done, we'll look back at where they lost it, where they won it, where they almost won it, where they almost lost it. But yes, in this particular game right now, both guys, whatever works for you, they just want to get it over the line. Akirili Daniel.
Of course, thank you. But as I'm here now, I'm not happy.
What is the problem?
What happened?
What is the problem? What is it this time?
In a match like this, I think everything should be 50-50. Like when you talk about officiating, because I stand to be corrected though. Because the way this man is officiating the match, I know somebody will say that maybe because I'm an Arsenal fan. But I'm telling you, something tells me that this referee is a Chelsea fan, and that's what they fail to do. He's a Chelsea fan because how can somebody? Vicky, did you observe that infringement that Arsenal in Arsenal 18 that resulted to the penalty shootout?
Yeah.
I mean penalty kick, and at the end of the day, this man did not no VL, nobody like asked him to go, just pointed to the penalty at with immediate effect. Yeah. Now it now happened to Arsenal in PSG 18. You did not even want to hear anything. You said
there wasn't any review. There wasn't any
replay on it. Stand up and no VL check. That's what baffles me. So I'm not happy now. The only thing that will make me happy is Arsenal victory.
Okay.
That's my case.
All right, let's see how that goes. 117 minutes on the clock, and yes, action as it continues. And I can tell you that it is Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal. And David Raya to the rescue once again in a mix-up of activities in the Arsenal box right there, where you were not exactly sure what was going to happen. But Nuno Mendes finally, picked up a yellow in this game after he brought down Noni Madueke, who was, of course, running clean in the game. But yes, of course, Arsenal, maybe if Madueke got away with that, they would have also succeeded in a situation of having a counter-attacking situation to have a go at them.
My greatest joy in this movement here of Arsenal is Arsenal have come to measure with the biggest clubs in Europe. Now, when you talk about 5-6 years ago, when you mention the name Arsenal Football Club, people will already call Arsenal.
Yeah.
But today, all the big clubs in Europe, they are afraid of Arsenal. Reason, even the almighty Real Madrid, on their own part, they have done a lot of things which will give them respect, give them their own flower, because they are we have two clubs on earth, Madrid and others, because of what I've done. Now, Arsenal have come. What Arteta have really built here is unimaginable.
Yeah.
Because if they gave him that chance, gave him the platform, they have used it to raise Arsenal. I'm not here to banter anything, but we know Arsenal is on the uprise, and the other teams, they are going downwards, which you know. Check out most of the teams. They
Okay. Let's stick to this game. I mean, you are going to the other signings of other teams, and we want to stick to this particular game.
No problem.
119 minutes, yes, in the UEFA Champions League final between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain, and yes, the two teams definitely taking the game to their opponent as far as this one is concerned. But of course, it goes out of play. Jurgen Timber's cross right there goes out of play. There was a bit of a mix-up between himself and Madueke in that build-up to that goal, and one could not leave it for the other. The cross was not good enough. No, it goes out of play for a goal kick, not a corner there. Yes, I'm sure the PSG guys, they know well enough to avoid a corner at this point in time, because let's not go and hear is Gabriel. Yeah.
This game na penalty go end.
Okay.
But as a Man U fan, I be.
Yeah.
I know I may Arsenal disappoint me, because you get why.
Okay.
Because some people are one gap if this man end for 90 minutes.
Okay.
I know call him, but a blue shirt them be.
No problem.
Many blue shirt there for England. Maybe only one blue
If
shirt.
he be Everton.
But they pray say, I leave my house, come this studio to wish Arsenal good luck. Me and the Man U fans will not get issue with them.
Okay.
But I want to share one particular people where they no one make Arsenal win Champions League. And a blue shirt they wear. I don't call name, but I wish them good luck. Vicky, Arsenal go win this Champions League.
Okay.
I bet you.
It looks like he came off the arm of a player there. Gyökeres took a shot, and he goes out of play. It looks like, it took a deflection. It took a deflection. It was a leg.
That's in a goal.
It's a corner. Of course.
1 minute.
It was Gyökeres' shot, and that would have probably ended up in the back of the net. But that guy, right place, right time, was able to block it out for a corner for Arsenal. Yes. Will this be the moment? Will this be the moment?
Let's end it here.
Brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Could this be the moment?
This is the moment.
A corner kick for Arsenal in 120 minutes of the game. Noni Madueke takes. Bradley Bakola heads. Where is he going? Will the Arsenal guys do the job? Well, they have averted danger, at least momentarily. But yes, almost ended up in the back of the net.
Another corner. We continue.
Another corner. This time Declan Rice to take it. It looks like it's a free kick. Free kick given.
Free kick.
It's full time. Full time.
Penalty.
Full time.
What a game.
He goes out for a game of penalties. He goes out for a game of penalties. Ashraf Hakimi is just coming back. Ashraf Hakimi is just coming back from a hamstring injury. Yes, he's just coming back from a hamstring injury, and he's had to play 120 minutes. What a difficult one it has turned out to be for these guys as far as this game is concerned. 1-1 after 120 grueling minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, what a final. Sometimes goals could make it really great, but I'm sure you've seen a stretch of extra 30 minutes that you did not subscribe for. But that has played out that way already. I can tell you also, Nigeria lead against Jamaica, 1-0. Alassane Yusuf is the scorer for Nigeria. He's put them ahead in the Unity Cup final. Yes, Alassane Yusuf has scored for Nigeria. Yes, to put them ahead against them reggae boys of Jamaica. You know, yes, it is 1-0 in that game. And yes, I can tell you that the action continues. And,
yes, our Super Eagles. They are going to make us proud.
Definitely. Yes, so unless
we follow the European scene, we don't forget our home.
Definitely. We have to squeeze that in.
Super Eagles.
We have to squeeze that in. So yes, game of penalties, game of luck. Maybe the goalkeepers will be smart enough to pull stops or pull saves. Safanov is a good goalkeeper.
Yes.
Raya is a guy that is up in the faces of a lot of people. Where would this go, gentlemen?
Vicky, this game, I didn't see this game. Now penalty the one place where
yes,
PSG go lose like 3 penalty. Arsenal go win their 5 penalty.
If you lose 3, before I reach 5, game go over.
May over because I want to see some particular fans make them cry. Me FJ1, they must cry because Vicky, I be carrying some particular fans. May they not go for Europe next season. But this game what they see so Vicky, Arsenal go score their 5 penalty. Nothing go stop that. PSG go lose 3, and Dembele do go there inside.
No, Dembele cannot no longer play.
You know they
himself and Kivicha can no longer play.
They are out.
Okay. So yes, it is time for the referees to decide, gentlemen. What are we looking forward to, Emmanuel?
Yes, the two teams have given it their all. I mean,
everything in the tank.
Minutes of football.
Everything in the tank.
A lot. I mean, PSG has done all they could. Arsenal have done all they could. And penalty shootout, it's anybody's game. I mean, at this point, even if you go on to lose in the penalty shootout,
you will say you gave your all.
You gave the fight, you gave it your all, and I mean, kudos to both sides. They've given it the best, you know. This is one of the best UEFA Champions League. I mean, considering from last season that PSG won,
it was a rout.
It was just a rout. It was just a one-sided affair. But here we can see a balanced game, and then kudos to the two teams. Let's just let the best lucky side have it at the end of the day.
Okay, the two coaches, the goalkeeper coaches are also working with the goalkeepers and passing instructions to them and everything else that is expected as far as this one is concerned. Can Arsenal, yes, do it tonight? Or would it be Paris Saint-Germain as far as this one is concerned? Where's the action going? Definitely. Of course, we will be back with more. But let's take some calls and find out how you're feeling. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
Thank you. This is Baba Jerry from Shagamu.
Baba Jerry, let's hear you this evening.
It's a good match from both sides.
Yeah.
They are very, very impressive. But all I know is say God will save Wilson. Wilson from among this enemy way in the deal.
No, nobody go touch her here. Nah, friendly gathering be this. Now watch along, no be fight.
I'm joking.
Okay, I get it.
Joking.
I get it.
Yes. Come out your mouth from where say they won't keep penalty, they don't keep penalty.
Okay.
Let them play the game.
Okay.
Whoever wins, lucky for the winner.
Okay.
They both play. The both team both play. They are very, very impressive play.
Yeah.
But wherever the penalty goes, that's what God wants.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that one. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that one. Penalties. Both captains have been called. Declan Rice and Ashraf Hakimi. Both captains have been called. Both Declan Rice and Ashraf Hakimi. And the referees passed messages to them. And the players who will take the penalties for their respective teams have been called up. Arsenal showing real class. Ateta showing why he should be a truly PL champion. Joseph of Brilla and Chelsea guys. Okay, he says if Arsenal lose this game, we have showed everyone that we are not pushover. Come on, you Gunners. This one, of course. Let's take this one. It says match never finished. Arsenal fans don't they already make excuse. Augustine from Anambra. He says Nigeria is already beating Jamaica 1-0. Of course, we've talked about that already, and that is what we have right now. Gonzalo Ramos looks like it's going to be the first man to step up. It's going to be the first man to step up in this game for Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, Gonzalo Ramos about to step up in this game and to see. They'll be waiting for Raya to get in goal. Yes, David Raya to get in goal in this situation. Okay, so yes, go to YouTube where you can see the faces of these guys. Yes, Brilla Media on YouTube where you can see the faces of these guys and how they are reacting to the penalty situation. Let's see how they are reacting to the penalty situation right there as far as this game is concerned. Gonzalo Ramos is the one who comes up against David Raya as the kicks are about to get started. Yes, of course, the players are praying. Heart in the mouth moment for all the guys. The referee has not given the goal yet, but some of these guys cannot even stand it anymore. Yes, the guys cannot stand it. So go to YouTube, on Brilla Media, on YouTube, and see how the guys are reacting. Yes, when they are behind their phones, they can really be loud and say these things and not minding anybody getting offended or whatever. But yes, right now, the situation has thrown it in their face. And everybody, yes, in their faces, as a matter of fact, not one face here. We have 5 different faces here. So yes, we're getting to see it. Are you optimistic about Arsenal still winning this?
Yes, I'm still giving it to Arsenal. I don't want to see a repeat of.
Just that. Wilson, you still think Arsenal will win this?
No. PSG will carry the day.
Wilson, you are just backing yourself at this point in time.
PSG will carry the day.
Okay. Akele Daniel. Akele Daniel.
Make I tell you, this one a penalty. Now no man. If Arsenal lose now, no go bear again.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Gonzalo Ramos. Yes, he steps up. He's up against David Raya, and he scores. Yes. Beautifully taken, sending the goalkeeper the other way, and it is 1-0 for PSG. Yes, 1-0 for PSG in this situation. Yes, penalty kicks right there, and yes, Gonzalo Ramos has stepped up and he's done the job. Yes, he's done the job. In most cases, as long as you are able to measure it well and go for that angle, as far as penalties are concerned, if you hit it well enough, don't hit it too hard. You know, the measure that can actually raise it above the goalkeeper's height, it will always end up in the back of the net. Victor Gyökeres is the man who steps up for the Arsenal in this game. Yes, it is a penalty, and yes, the big Swedish scores for the Gunners. It is 1-1. Yes, Gyökeres, the scorer. He was in a hurry to dispatch that as quickly as possible. I was worried for him being in a hurry because of, when you are in a hurry like that, you make a lot of mistakes. But yes, the goalkeeper went for where Gyökeres has put all his penalties this season. And yes, Gyökeres decided to switch it. So they've done their homework. Yeah.
I tell you, say Arsenal will win this game.
Okay.
Just give them the cup. No need. Make them write their name for the body. Don't come already.
Okay, now.
You know what?
Desiree Du is the next man who steps up. Yes, you were going to say something. Say it real quick.
Yeah, I have now my full confidence that Arsenal is going to win.
Okay, let's see what happens. Desiree Du is up against David Raya. Penalty kicks. And yes, let's see what happens as far as the situation right there is concerned. He sends Raya the wrong way. He scores. Yes, it is 2-1 from the penalty spot. 2-1 it is right there. And Desiree Du, yes, dispatching beautifully. It's no pressure. Yes, carefully dispatched right there. And it is 2-1. Yes, a spot from the penalty kicks. Eberechi Eze is the man who steps up for Arsenal this time around. Yes, Eze steps up. He's up against Safonov. Against Safonov in this game. And yes, let's see what it would be like when the English international, Nigerian-born England international, goes for this one. Eze against the PSG goalkeeper. Kicks from the penalty spot as far as this one is concerned. And yes, Eze misses.
Oh, goodness!
Eze misses. Eze misses. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, but he definitely missed that one. Eze misses. Yes, Eze missed it for Arsenal in the game. Eberechi Eze, missed the penalty. Did all the work, but of course missed the penalty kick in this situation for Arsenal. So 2-1, PSG edging it. Yes, penalty kicks. PSG definitely edging it. And Nuno Mendes, this time he steps up for Paris Saint-Germain. Nuno Mendes steps up for the side. Yes, he steps up for PSG and he's up against David Raya. Yes, in this situation. Arsenal have missed one of their 2 kicks already. Eberechi Eze missing for Arsenal after Victor Gyökeres converted. Gonzalo Ramos and Desiree Dou, those 2 have also taken their penalty. But let's wait for what the outcome will be. Raya saves! Raya saves it! David Raya saves it! David Raya saves it! And brings Arsenal back into the game. David Raya saves it. David Raya saves the penalty. Yes, he went the right way and saved the kick of Nuno Mendes in this situation. Yes, Raya got a big hand to it and stopped it from finding the back of the net. Arsenal will have to score now to draw level. Arsenal will have to score now to draw level. In this situation, it is Declan Rice who steps up for the Gunners. Yes, he's captained the most part of the second half and the entire extra time of this game. Yes, if he scores, it is back on level terms as far as the game is concerned. Nuno Mendes has missed the penalty. If Declan Rice converts for Arsenal, it is 2-2 again. And yes, of course, action will continue. Rice scores for Arsenal. Declan Rice scores. It is 2-2. Yes, it is 2-2. Yes, Declan Rice converts for Arsenal. It is 2-2 right there as far as penalty kicks are concerned. Yes, the goalkeeper rooted to the spot, made a decision too late, could not exactly go for it. Yes, Declan Rice scores for Arsenal. Yes, let's...
and will be won by Arsenal.
Okay, let's see how that goes because
my forefather say never who go read or go for your time means now you go drink out.
Okay, Hakimi is the man who steps up. Ashraf Hakimi, of course, steps up for PSG as he goes on to take his own kick from the penalty spot. Hakimi takes, he scores. Yes, he scores. And yes, expertly dispatched right there, sending Raya the wrong way. Hakimi scores. And yes, of course, it will be the turn of Arsenal to also take their penalty kick right now. If they score, yes, they are back on level terms. If they score, they are back on level terms. Do not forget, Eberechi Eze and Nuno Mendes have so far missed the penalty kicks in this game. And I can tell you that it is, 3-2. 3-2. Arsenal are yet to take their 4th kick in the game. Yes, it is 3-2 right now. And Gabriel Martinelli. Yes, Gabriel Martinelli is the man who steps up for Arsenal. And this time around, yes, let's see if the Brazilian converts in this competition. Scored the first goal for Arsenal in the Champions League. And yes, he scores. It's a roofer. It's a roofer. It's a roofer for Gabriel Martinelli. Yes, it is 3-3 on the night. 3-3 on the night. Of course, we're heading for the 5th kick. We're heading for the 5th kick in this situation. First to miss and the other converts. It is game over or it goes into sudden death and then action will continue. But Martinelli, of course, expertly dispatched that. Himself and Gonzalo Ramos have had the best of the penalty kicks we've seen in this shootout so far between the two sides. Let's go, of course, and this time around, yes, it is Beraldo. Yes, it is Beraldo who steps up Yes, Beraldo steps up in this situation against David Raya. Yes, Beraldo steps up against David Raya. It is the 5th penalty kick, and he scores. Yes, he definitely converts. And yes, of course, that is it. If Arsenal don't score now, it's game over. I'm just announcing that that's the. It is usually what happens now. Okay, but of course, let's wait to see. If they score, it goes into sudden death, and that will be the case right there as far as this situation is concerned. Yes, Gabriel is the man who steps up for the Gunners. Yes, Gabriel, the defender, the big number 6. Yes, is the one who steps up for Arsenal in this situation. And yes, he's up against Safanov. Yes, in this situation, he's up against Safanov. Action, of course, 120 grueling minutes over. And yes, it is a penalty kicks right there. Will Gabriel, yes, a convert, the big Brazilian convert for Arsenal to keep them in the game. Let's see what happens right here as he takes on Safanov. Yes, Gabriel misses. Gabriel misses, and it's over for Arsenal. 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 Yes, Gabriel misses his chance, and it is over for Arsenal. Yes, Gabriel misses, and it is over for Arsenal. 2 penalty misses, 2 penalty misses. Of course, that is how it has ended as far as this game is concerned. Yes, it has ended. Arsenal missed the penalty. Gabriel, yes, the big Brazilian, has missed it, and that is the outcome of the game right there. It is 2-1, and yes, action brought to you by Heineken. UEFA Champions League action, of course, and yes, PSG have retained their title. They have retained the title, winning 2-1 against Arsenal after the penalty kicks. And yes, Arsenal have lost the final to Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, that's the latest. Right now, PSG, yes, they keep the title. It is 2-1, and yes, that's where it ends tonight for the Gunners. Yes, it was a grueling race to the final, but I can tell you that it has ended on the night. PSG won against Arsenal 4-3 in the shootout. Yes, Eberechi and Gabriel, yes, missing their kicks, and that, of course, is the end of the road as far as the game is concerned. Wilson, you found your voice once again, and yes, it has gone the way it did. A full-time game over, of course, after penalties. PSG have won against Arsenal.
I'm not going to lie. It was very, very intense with me. It was very, very intense.
I saw the release. I saw the release of pressure.
I'm not relieved. I'm not relieved.
Yeah, I saw it.
But honestly, Arsenal, they tried, but
They did.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah, sometimes
it's not enough. You have to try the next time.
You have to go all the way. I mean, unless you cross the line, you will always be counted as you tried.
Yes.
You will always be counted as you tried. And again, quarter-final, semi-final, final. I'm not sure it's going to be a grueling race again next season. A lot of teams will be involved in this. Yeah. But yes, as far as this one is concerned, maybe, of course, they gave their best and they've reached that point where you know that it was always going to. I think they tried. I mean, your thoughts on the game. It could have been anybody's game, and they missed 2 penalties.
Once it got to penalty, the masters in penalty taking and the goalkeepers, they come to play. Now, Arsenal, we lost, but it's not all doom.
Yeah.
Reason, we are on the uprise. 3 seasons ago, we are the quarter-final. Last season, we are the semi-final. This season, we are the final. So, what happens by next? The next step is for we to win it. So, Gunners, no fading, no matter what the Panthers do, no problem.
Okay.
We are on the uprise. So
Wilson cannot wait to celebrate. Wilson, I think, did you pray and fast for this? Because the way you are going about it,
I did.
It feels like it's the only bragging right you still want to maintain and say no. London will still be blue.
That bragging right is very, very important. It's very, very important.
Okay.
Because when Arsenal won Premier League, we did not rest. We did not rest at all. So it was Champions League.
I don't think it was loud in Nigeria like it was in other parts from the videos.
They were sold up everywhere in Ikoyi. They were sold up everywhere in Ikoyi.
Okay.
So if Arsenal win Champions League, nobody will walk tomorrow.
No mind wishing. Make I tell you. You say when Arsenal win Premier League, say they know hear word. Make I tell you, when they win World Club Cup, we hear word. Any small time like this, world champion. Any small time, world champion.
Then I do competition.
It's not because when we make other teams beat the world champion from their body.
If you are going to
talk, the person they talk now.
If you are going to be
penalty is nobody's game. Forget about it.
If you are going to be honest, this is not how Chelsea approach PSG.
Penalty is nobody's game. I tell you,
this is not how Chelsea approach PSG. They attack.
Penalty is nobody's game.
Man on man.
Can be happy. For any time you want to
see, if you want to say, let me tell you something. If you want to play PSG, attack them. Don't defend.
Yes.
If you attack, you can score. They can score. Bayern Munich attack. Exactly. Bayern Munich attack, and we experience 9-goal thriller. Right?
Again, but that does not exactly prove the point, because if you attack them all the way and then you lose the way you lost scandalously over 2 legs, and then a team plays them in the final and defended and then try to attack them in some certain situations, it didn't play out well. You win via penalty, you probably will take consolation in that and then give a bit of, again, because I'm not sure that any team is going to come with, a swashbuckling attack and say to yourself that defense is not equally as important. I mean, they fell short. Emmanuel, let's hear from you this evening.
It wasn't just Arsenal's day. I mean, they gave it all they could. Take nothing away from PSG. They are the defending champions. They kept the ball so well. I mean, we could see from start of the game to 90 minutes, they never relented. Even though the goal came at that early stage, they kept on saying to themselves, let's keep possessing, let's keep doing it. And then they got the equalizer. I thought Arsenal were going to come all out after we saw the substitution of Chibicha and Dembele. But they kept on defending. Even the referee was the referee at some point realized Arsenal was killing time, trying to buy time and all of that, and then yellow cards, flying here and there. But it is what it is. It's a penalties. It's anybody's game.
FJ1, it has gone the way it did. I mean, nobody's been to the future, but the future came to us, and we've seen it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now 90 minutes, 90 football, and penalty. Marvel Sabi always say penalty in anybody game. So Arsenal play them.
Yeah.
Then play Arsenal too. They play the ball at 50-50. I know if it's say PSG play Arsenal or Arsenal play PSG. Any game when enter 90 minutes and penalty, like Marvel Sabi go talk, like anybody game. So I give kudos to Arsenal and their fans. So the way one of my colleagues told say them play quarter-final, semi-final, and final, which I believe the next season by the grace of God, which I don't want them to do next season, become
because you go there.
You to come. So make them try their own long next.
You been one, make them clear this one so that road will free for you.
Victor, I'm proud of them. Make them don't take heart. But for me, they pay me, Sha. They pay me because they go out like this. Our goat no go there to collect today. That goat they pay me. They pay me, Sha. Now Chelsea fan will come they laugh now. And they told something about the best BVQ. They say Chelsea play PSG well last time. Maybe 8-2 they collect. No, that the club work. Maybe they play maybe 8-2 they collect for Champions League. I mean VQ, I beg. I don't want to do what you go.
Okay, thank you for that one, and all that has happened as far as this one is concerned. Gentlemen, we've taken your thoughts as far as this game is concerned. We want to sincerely thank you guys for being a part of it this night on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you all, and yes, all the best. Thank you all.
Brilla is awesome. After you now,
live on Brilla FM.
Yes, so
thank you. Brilla FM.
Okay.
Thank you, Brilla.
Our town
the CEO of this company. I just want to thank him, the CEO, Dr. Larry, the chairman of this company. I want to thank him for this privilege to come here, and I will pray that God will bless him
Amen.
and his local government.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
And all the brother fans listening to me in all over the whole world, and somebody said they should not let somebody to touch me. Me, I be lion, no. We are there. And all of them, when they see me, they fear. Now so it be. As I did, we are there. God bless you.
All right, sir.
Yeah, we
Thank
just
you.
want to use this opportunity to thank the chairman CEO of Brilla FM Brilla Media, for what you have really put in place here. The last time I came around was in 2007 when you were at a VI.
Okay.
That's
a long time now.
Yeah. And something brought me to that place. I won a gift there when you were celebrating your 50th year anniversary. And I came around again, I won another ball. The other one, I won a book that was presented to this place to the company about the Atlanta 96, which they came to give me at a place. So I would say I'm one of those rooted fan of Brilla. We know Brilla, we love Brilla, and we thank God for what God have used this man to really do in the sports industry.
All right.
Oga Chairman, we say thank you.
Thank you.
But we appreciate them if to say you come around, so we'll see one on one, but we don't know how. But we greet.
Thank you.
We use one stand.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All hands up for you, Chairman.
But joke about we miss our chairman. We wish that chairman is here.
Okay.
We just better. We also say thank you to everybody.
Yes. I'm sure he can hear you, so just give a message.
Thank you to everybody, the workers, BQ, Anthony, and everybody. You people are amazing because without you people, no Brilla. Without us, no Brilla.
Yeah.
So everybody is Brilla.
Yeah,
Brilla is the home of the fans.
Yes, sir.
Because I one family.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at me today now. I meet Wilson. I meet Akenele Daniel. I meet many of our fans here, home and abroad, watching us live. We say we thank you, Brilla, for entertaining us. Joke apart, we well entertained.
Okay.
And next time, by the grace of God, we will come here again and be sitting in this table with you people, celebrate again.
Amen.
And again,
Thank you.
and again.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Shout out to the listeners also. Shout out to the listeners.
Yes, thank you. Thank you as well. Yes, for the listeners this evening. This one says, Arsenal try and make no lie, but it's our joy to see it end this way. I can breathe. Emmanuel from Birmingham. This one says, at the end of the day, football won. Our dignity has been saved. We were not put to shame. The banter continues, but we'll see you in the next final. Of course, this one says, OBD from Manchester says, we'll see you in the next final in the next 20 years again. Only if you bottle it as usual. This one says, the ref played them obviously. Says he gave them the penalty and didn't give Arsenal their own. It was obviously from the beginning of the game to the end. What is Wilson doing there? Is the wrong man to be there? Come now why? This one says banter activated. Okay, said banter activated. Let's take this one here. It says Arsenal played annoying football today, and I'm a fan, but I'm not really happy with the way they played. How do you come into this final and play defensive for from 6 minutes because you scored one goal? Arteta should train his players to play football with ease, not with arms on the break. Yes, congratulations to PSG. They played to truly win and truly won. Yes, Alphonsus from Eco Atlantic. Yes, he says this is his summation as far as this one is concerned. Let's take a break. Of course, when we come back, we'll be taking reactions on the phone lines right here on the show this evening. Stay with us.